Hit the OJ music.
The most important radio show of the century, The Howard Stern Show.
I'm making an announcement. I will not be here tomorrow, Thursday, or Friday.
Well, they come back that day.
Yeah. When? What day? Friday?
Yeah, they'll be here.
Oh, they will be here. What?
You got to be here Friday.
Why?
Because we're painting green.
Well,
Up a full high.
My general manager and my program director are in Hawaii. I have a big problem here. These two nitwits didn't take care of it before they left. I'll be back when they come back.
Why don't you call Hawaii and leave a message?
Well, I just spoke to our general manager in Hawaii. He awaits your call.
Yeah, he should.
Preferably off the air.
He should. I will make it off the air. It's serious enough that I'll make it off the air. I'm not going to share it with my audience, my problem.
Well, fine. I just thought, he'd be asleep now.
I've got a major friggin' problem, and I want to know why those two nitwits have to go off to Hawaii to learn nothing.
Well, that's
and
not...
leave me here with garbage.
Well, that's not the only...
Pick up their garbage. You're gonna put me in charge of the station. At least pay me to do it. Sitting and running and taking care of problems. I've had it with this place. When is my contract up, Jackie?
8 months?
Yeah, 8 months. Let me tell you something. It's a big joke around here, my show. I don't know why I wake up in the morning. I have to suffer indignity after indignity. This is not a professional outfit. This is not professional. If this show mattered to them, they wouldn't be running off to Hawaii to do nothing. It's a big joke, that conference. Because they hire the biggest let me tell you something. They hire the biggest morons for this company because that way we can keep a lid on them.
Yeah, it's all General Infinity broadcasters there, right? They already know each other. They know everything each other knows.
Yeah, and believe me, it's nothing.
They've not learned anything last year.
Yeah, you think I would love to go there and monitor what I'd like to be the efficiency expert who sits and figures out what those guys are learning in their management.
Wait a second. There's a big. You forgot one thing. There's a big costume contest that closes out the 3-day event,
which they all prepare for. I tell you something.
Yeah, this is what they prepare for.
Boy, I tell you, I would clean house. They hula dance for 4 days.
I was going to say, they dress like women.
Yeah.
Like that hasty pudding thing.
Yeah. Punchy Asano, an empty-headed nitwit. And Andre the Giant running around in Hawaii in hula skirts dressed up as women. Two guys you don't want to see anyway. It's a real joke.
Yeah, they're having a good time.
Yeah, we don't want to miss out on Hawaii, Howard, so we're going to stick you with an unbearable situation. There's some guy who doesn't even know the show. Busy hitting buttons when he doesn't know what he's doing. Get me out of this place! I gotta get out! I gotta get out of this company. I gotta get out of this place. They've driven me over the edge.
They don't even show the guy what to do. Like
it's a big joke. It's a big joke.
Before they leave.
Oh, please, Robin, don't get into it. I got to put it. I'm going to do this show professionally today, and I'm taking a few days off. I need to chill out. No one need bother come in tomorrow or Thursday, and if no one's back from Hawaii on Friday, you can take that day off too. I'll paint your breasts on Monday.
That's a little anticlimactic.
Come in here and get bad news after bad news. I'm sitting and busting my balls for 20 years working. I got some lame brain with me now.
Well,
lame brain. Let me just listen. Look. I'll handle it. I'll let you know if you're working tomorrow.
Okay, because I was going to say, you can't just leave like this. I know we'll be here tomorrow.
No. You will not be here tomorrow. Robin. I am telling you, God is my witness. I'm not coming in here and suffering through this. I can't do it anymore.
Robin, he's serious this time.
I'm dead serious. You can come in. That's your decision. I'm staying home. I got things to do. I got to watch the OJ trial. Well, everybody else sit home, too.
We should have gone to California to cover the OJ trial. We should have built a scaffold.
I had that all arranged, you know.
Yeah?
Yeah, but it's stupid. I checked into it.
Yeah.
In fact, E already has a scaffold there. And, because they're doing coverage.
Sure.
So, hold on.
You feel better now?
Yeah.
Baby burp.
Jackie patted me on the back till I burped. By the way, you have to come in tomorrow and help Fred with the live spot. Yeah. That's your job.
We'll introduce segments together.
Yeah. Yeah, there you go. You call Hawaii on your own.
Now this is an intolerable situation.
Yeah. I'll tell you something. Where was I?
You were about the scaffolding. You were telling me about that.
Yeah, so I looked into it, and then it turns out when you sit up on the scaffolding, everybody comes in from a different direction. There's nothing going on outside the courthouse.
Oh, yeah?
Generally now, not that much goes on outside the courthouse. Remember, didn't we check into it? We were going to do this.
It's been very quiet, since the trial started. The first week or two, it was all sorts of,
bedlam.
There was nothing.
And you can't get access. Where the action is in the hallways outside, and certain reporters have access, but we would never get access.
Right. Everyone could get access, apparently, except for you.
Yeah.
Because, I think the National Enquirer is in there.
You don't have this kind of clearance.
I found out that that's not actually true. Clearance inside the court, not the courtroom, but the courthouse, is very difficult. It's not like everybody has it. It's not like the National Enquirer.
There's a sort of videotape of what goes on in there. Yeah. And it looked pretty crowded and it looked like a lot of people.
There are, but think about how many people aren't in there, because if they had every press guy who wanted to be in there, it would be insane.
He wouldn't be able to get through the hall.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I don't even think E has access in there, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why should they? They only reach 12 homes. 12 people might as well just stand in the hall and do their own coverage.
He is so funny because they have that wacky Australian guy, I guess he is, or New Zealander, sitting in his newsroom. Do they really have a newsroom there?
No, I've been there a million times. There's no newsroom.
I know, when I took the tour, I didn't see a newsroom.
No.
But he has this, fake newsroom behind him, and he's always ruffling through papers.
No, that's Fran's apartment. There's no newsroom.
It's very funny because Kathleen Sullivan is doing their anchoring.
But her career's going well. Kathleen Sullivan, wasn't she happening for a few minutes?
Yeah, she was hot.
She's had to eat and losing weight.
Yeah, didn't she? Now she does, I lost 25 pounds in a month after the birth of my child.
No, I don't even think she had a child.
Is that it? I mean, she got that fat?
Yeah.
Oh, man. That's nasty.
Yeah.
So now she's doing weight loss commercials and she's doing the news.
Yeah.
On E.
On E. She's doing the OJ trial.
She was an ABC network anchor person.
I lost 50 pounds and my job. Well, wasn't she like the girlfriend of some guy who worked there?
What was that, Van Gordon? No.
I know
Rune Arlett.
Yeah.
That was always rumors.
She was married to Ralph Kiner's son, if you know who Ralph Kiner is.
Yeah, I know Ralph Kiner.
She used to be married to
Kiner's
his son.
Corner.
Right.
Worst television in the history of television. Worse than Joe Franklin, right? Yeah.
But it's so funny because whenever she wants to banter with somebody, they put her into that fake newsroom with that guy.
That newsroom? I don't know if you know the E building. That's the corner of their lobby.
It looks like a closet. It looks like a broom closet.
Yeah. That's like next to Fran's office.
Hello, Kathleen.
Yeah, I know.
Yes, I'm looking through my papers here.
like there's some information in there that no one else has.
It's very funny.
Anyway, I watched the OJ trial yesterday, and this guy, F. Lee Bailey, I wouldn't hire him to catch my dog. He is so bad.
What is this great reputation?
Well, in the 60s and 70s, there wasn't the type of scrutiny that, lawyers receive today. I mean, the public is actually a lot more sophisticated.
Yes.
When we've watched enough Perry Mason and stuff to know, and F. Lee Bailey is one of these guys like Perry Mason wants to get this guy Mark Furman to break down. Right. First of all, the LAPD should be very proud of this guy Mark Furman. What a terrific guy. I mean, the guy has taken every blow a human being can take.
He's withstood all this incredible pressure.
Guy's bright. F. Lee Bailey says to him, "Do you know what an invisible step is?"
A latent print.
Yeah. Do you know what a latent print is? No. He goes like this. F. Lee Bailey goes, "Would you say that there were latent prints at the scene?" And Mark Furman goes, "Yes. Could be." He goes, "Do you know what a latent print is?" And I'm going, you probably got him here. And he goes, "Yeah, it's a print that you can't see. It's an invisible print." F. Lee Bailey's like, "Oh."
I didn't know that. I threw him off.
Oh. Yeah, F. Lee Bailey was just around a long time. He was a lawyer before we all hated lawyers. We didn't, we didn't know enough to hate lawyers back then. Yeah, lawyers are thieving scum. We know that now. And, a lot of times when I'd watch the trial early on, I hated this Johnny Cochran, and I said, gee, do I hate Johnny Cochran? Am I a racist or something? Maybe I hate him because he's a black man. And then when I saw F. Lee Bailey, I hated F. Lee Bailey. I said, I know what it is. It's not about race. It's about hating lawyers. All of them. The whole lot of them. They never admit when they don't know something. They act like they know something. They're despicable human beings.
But, you know, the funny thing to me about the defense is how this case keeps blowing up right in their face, and they just keep on going, say it didn't happen.
Well, in fairness to Johnny Cochran and F. Lee Bailey, this is a case that I don't care who had it. I don't know who the Uber lawyer is. There is no case. You get the world's guiltiest man, and they're trying in the worst way.
This is the case they cooked up.
Yeah, well, look, what are you going to cook up? What would be better for you, to say that Men from Mars came down and killed Nicole?
Yes,
yeah, all right.
At least you couldn't possibly get them to testify. You wouldn't keep having your witnesses run away.
Yeah, I mean, even, this guy Mark Furman is so well-spoken. And you know what? A lot of cops aren't this well-spoken. These are not guys who are highly educated.
We've seen other police officers on the stand who have not handled themselves nearly as well.
This guy is
He
super.
should be a movie star.
He really should. The guy he's more articulate than most movie stars.
He's more articulate than the lawyers.
I saw Dustin Hoffman being interviewed by Larry King. He's barely articulate. But this guy Mark Furman gets up there and...
You know, he's doing something very, very smart, too. Because these lawyers, now, from listening to all the commentary, I discovered that these lawyers like to get into a rhythm.
Yeah, he's been breaking F. Lee's rhythm.
Absolutely. So that, first F. Lee Bailey started off rather soft and respectful.
Right.
And then he starts to speed up the questioning. Well, Furman has been throwing him off because he says, could you repeat the question, please?
Well, believe me, some of those questions, who knows what this F. Lee Bailey's talking about.
He starts to talk so fast.
Yeah, it's great. Yeah, it's really great. So they should be very proud. And this was a big test for F. Lee Bailey, this... I'll tell you why. F. Lee Bailey is one of those lawyers that actually has built a reputation through the media. When people think lawyer, they think F. Lee Bailey. It's one of the most famous names in law. But none of us knew really who F. Lee Bailey was and what he did and what kind of lawyer he was.
I actually did know, but mostly I know of him losing cases.
Yeah, right.
He
over the years.
Patty Hearst, and she went to jail.
Yeah.
And then... one other guy, forget that guy, but the one he did get off was a guy he got off before we were even born, Sam Shepard.
Right, and that was his, if you have one high-profile case, it's almost like Hollywood. If you have one big movie, you can make 90 bad movies and you're still a big star and you can still get your rate, you can still get $5 million a film.
Sure.
As long as you have that one hit. You can do 90 clunkers in a row. That's what's so great about having a hit movie. It's a license to just take money for the next 60 movies
right, they just open the vault.
So... F. Lee Bailey, in a sense, is this guy who got this incredible reputation, perhaps an overblown reputation that no man could live up to. Because in a lot of these high-profile cases, the person's guilty of sin. But he's sort of the Chevy Chase of lawyers. He hit
the jackpot.
He did Saturday Night Live for one season, and now all of a sudden he's been coasting,
Yeah.
So this was his big opportunity. If he could get this guy Mark Furman on the stand.
His reputation would be made for life.
Make him nuts. Then get Mark Furman to suddenly jump up and punch F. Lee Bailey in the face and show that he's out of control, then he would be a success. And this guy Mark Furman is keeping his cool and looking very, very together and not getting rattled by any of these dumb questions. And F. Lee Bailey has one big problem. He's got a guy who's telling the truth.
Mm-hmm.
And when you have a guy who's telling the truth, it's hard to break them. There's nothing to break.
And there's no reason for them to get upset.
Right.
And the whole basis of the case being that he is a racist.
Right.
It still doesn't factor into my mind how he decided to frame O.J.
Yeah, it has nothing to do with it, except for the fact that you've got an all-black jury and they might get
And so if they hear that and they,
they say, hey, a police officer, Rodney King and, everything, and that'll factor in. So they're trying to get that going in the worst way.
Makes no sense whatsoever.
Well, this case should have been over in 3 weeks, I heard one expert say. He says it's the race card.
There's nothing here.
Yeah, it's playing the race card here, and that'll be the sad part if O.J. does get off, that the race card was played and it won, and a guy who murdered 2 people is going to go free. And I think the defense tries to forget that they invented a fairy tale. So
yeah, they tried to convince themselves.
Right. And they've convinced some experts. I saw on Fox Television, they had one commentary by I guess she's a black female lawyer. And she was on there pretty much, buying into this whole defense.
Well, I've heard some other commentators, because they always act like this is a tennis match.
Yeah.
And not somebody giving testimony.
I know.
And so the commentators were saying things like, well, Mark Fuhrman won today.
Yeah.
But tomorrow, which means today, will be the big showdown.
Yeah, and F. Lee Bailey doesn't have too much pressure on him. It's like, well, I got to break this guy down. Break him down from what? So the best thing they can do is go, okay, so what time did you open up your wallet? And then Mark Fuhrman will go, well, I would believe around 9 o'clock. Oh, but didn't you state 8:53 before? In earlier testimony about 6 months ago? Fuhrman will go, no. I think you did. Now,
the
whether...
most hysterical question to me was, now, how fast would you say you can walk?
Right.
Would you say you walk at a clip of about 3-4 miles an hour?
Yeah.
Because, like, I don't know.
I know I would do terrible on this thing, because whenever they ask you, well, what location were you at? And the guy goes, well, I was at the north side of the iron fence to the west of Bundy.
Right.
And I'm going, wow, I can't even find my way around the block.
I don't know where that is.
Me neither. Someone would really have to heavily coach me.
And there was one point at which, when they were talking about the Leighton Prince, F. Lee Bailey says, now, you know the area where first the steps go up, then there's a plateau, then the steps go down, then there's a plateau, and then the steps go up, and there's a plateau, and then the steps go down again? I was like, I'm lost.
Yeah, where am I?
I don't know where I am now. And he goes, yes, I know where that is. I gotcha.
The other great line of questioning was a half hour of, so they took you off the case, and then you did nothing. And then Fuhrman would go, that's right. So what did you do? He goes, yeah, but you mean to tell me you stood there by the front of the house for an hour and did nothing? And the guy goes, yeah, that's what I did.
And how did you feel?
Yeah, how did you feel standing there doing nothing? Oh, I felt okay.
What did you talk about?
Yeah, what did you talk about? We didn't really talk.
Did you talk about the case?
It is so amazing.
So then it goes on from there.
They can't even get this guy alone somewhere.
Right, yeah. Then the guy says, okay, so now you weren't running the case, but you told Detective Lang to take that piece of evidence. He says, yes. He says, well, then you were directing the case. No, I was not.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. He goes, at one point, so Fuhrman has done nothing the whole night.
Yeah.
And he says, because basically he was there just to watch until the real detective got there. So he's standing there, not doing anything, which was what the worst thing would have been if he did a bunch of stuff.
Right.
He's smart. He just stood there. They told him not to do anything. He didn't do anything. And F. Lee Bailey's like, what do you mean it wasn't your case? So you mean you did nothing because it wasn't your case? Yeah, that's what I'm supposed to do. I'm supposed to do nothing.
Imagine if he hadn't done anything.
Yeah, they'd be all over him. Yeah. You mean you didn't look I didn't look at anything. He says, and then when you went to Kato Kalin's house, it's such great television. Yeah. So you went to Kato Kalin's house, and you're standing there, and you said to Kato Kalin, you told one of the officers maybe you should talk to Kato Kalin, didn't you? Yeah. He says, I thought you were off the case. He said, I was. He says, so aren't you directing the case when you told him to talk to Kato Kalin? He said, I just suggested it. I don't know. I didn't tell him he had to do it.
And then the other thing about this Kathleen Bell or whatever her name is.
Yeah, why won't she testify?
Oh, she's going to testify. There's another woman who's supposed to corroborate her testimony that she met Mark Fuhrman and he said these racist statements, who's saying, I really don't want to testify and I don't think I have much to add. But the whole idea that he should, in 20 years or however long ago this was, he should remember every woman he ever met.
I know, that's weird.
And if he says he doesn't remember her, and she can prove that she actually talked to him, then that's a lie.
Right.
That's ridiculous.
I know. Do I remember a person I spoke to last week?
No.
No, I really don't. It's really weird. But anyway, so F. Lee Bailey, this idea of him proving himself to be a great attorney with this, there's no way for him to prove himself as a great attorney. In fact, if anything, I think all of this pressure on the guy has forced him to become this sort of, Perry Mason parody, where he's just like, did you and would you and what? And you're expecting a guy to stand up and go, I can't take it, I confess. And it's just not going to happen.
Yeah.
It's just not going to happen.
Well, in the staring match, I think that Mark Fuhrman has done very well.
And I got to tell you something, F. Lee Bailey is he's coming off really like an aggravated guy. In fact, he was angry even before he got to... when Marsha Clark was deposing this guy, Fuhrman...
That's called direct examination.
What is it, direct examination?
Yeah.
When she was doing that, he was just sitting there all angry anyway.
Yeah.
I mean, I never saw an angrier guy just sitting.
Working himself up.
Yeah, where was he working himself up?
He would have had to break his concentration.
But the best acting award does go to O.J., who, actually the worst acting award goes to O.J., who, like, he sits there. To me, this is the funniest part when they, you know, because you don't get to see O.J. a lot.
Yeah.
But all of a sudden, whenever they describe, F. Lee Bailey goes, so if somebody's neck was cut all the way through, wouldn't you, how much blood would you say, how fast would a person drop? And O.J., all of a sudden, you see him in the corner, he goes, puts the eyes up, like looking toward heaven, like, oh my God, how can they even, oh, that poor Nicole, it's supposed to, oh, that poor Nicole, her whole head was cut off. Oh, who could do that to her? You know, who could do that to her? It's the greatest. It's the greatest. It's just the greatest.
It's okay when the camera starts to pan over there. It's like, oh,
yeah, it's great.
Yeah.
I'll go get a shot of O.J.
Yeah.
And really, what's the funniest thing about all of this is that none of us would even be paying attention to the fact, except for the fact that within the last, I'd say, 5 years, jury verdicts have gotten so whacked out because of the race issue that nobody, it's such a great wild card. That, with all
it is a game.
It is a great game.
Yeah.
It's fantastic. So there you go. All right.
The other thing that really cracked me up was that Furman said he didn't know who this woman was. And F. Lee Bailey says, well, you had met her several years ago when you came to investigate a complaint. Yes, but, you know, I couldn't really see her. She was lying on the ground. I really couldn't see that much of her face.
Yeah.
Well, when you knew that it was Nicole Brown, he says, I said I didn't know it was her.
Yeah, I know. I think F. Lee Bailey was very frustrated.
Yeah. He just couldn't believe he wasn't getting anywhere.
Yeah. I just wonder how the jury is interpreting
this.
Yeah, I mean,
for them, yeah.
I get a feeling they're like, look at Johnny Cochran's suit. Does that brother know how to dress or what? I just have that feeling. That is some nasty brother. Look at those suits. I'm proud.
Some nasty brother?
No, nasty suits.
8 hours of testimony, and they walk into the jury room. Didn't he look good?
Yeah, exactly. 6, black sisters, all like to see, all church going ladies, want to see to make sure that brothers look. And who is that young man, that Mr. Douglas, sitting next to that brother Cochran? Isn't that nice to see two brothers working together as lawyers? And that Uncle Tom, Chris Darden, I hope the hell he get the hell out of there and shave his face.
I hope that you're wrong.
I do too. I really do.
I hope they're more sophisticated than to fall for these stupid little traps.
Sadly, I think I'm right. It happens. That is a power tie. He is successful. That's nice. I wish there was a couple of church-going men that look like that. He looks a little like my pastor. I'd like to bake him a pie. Sunday church. That's just the kind of man I've been looking at.
What trial?
Every day I go through the personals and that chocolate. What's that chocolate?
Chocolate singles.
Chocolate singles. And I never get a brother like that to respond. It's always some prisoner. The damn classifieds in the chocolate singles. They never have a man like this Johnny Cochran. Meanwhile, he's running around with all the white broads and having families with them. They don't know that, though.
No, the jury's the only group that doesn't know that.
Yeah, to them, like, Johnny,
Johnny's still a hero.
He's a married man. Of course, to a black woman, correct? Of course. That's a good brother.
You see, Mrs. Cochran was in the courtroom today.
Oh, was she?
I don't know if she was there yesterday, but she's been there.
She carries herself very well.
There is Mrs. Cochran.
Yeah, right. Mrs. Cochran. Excuse me, Judge Ito, the jury has a question. What is it? Is it a matter of law? I'd like you to keep your questions to yourself. But no. Is that Mrs. Cochran over there?
Is that the fine Mrs. Cochran?
Is that the widow Cochran? Tell you. I'd like to meet a Johnny Cochran. I always get a damn Colin Ferguson. I got to meet a Johnny Cochran. Mr. Johnny. That is one flashy brother. I bet he drives a Mercedes. Oh, well. Well, I hope I'm wrong. I hope I'm wrong. I truly hope I'm wrong.
And I hope that you will spend a long time apologizing.
I certainly will. I make you that promise. I will. But I don't hold out much hope. I really don't. And most experts don't either. You know, I have yet to, since Jerry Lewis went into this play on Broadway.
I was going to talk to you about Jerry Lewis today.
Yeah, well, we'll see.
It just opened.
Yeah, it got real bad reviews.
Sunday.
They say the play's pretty good except for Jerry. I saw Joel Siegel saying that yesterday. Did you see that on TV?
No, I missed that.
I think it was Joel Siegel on Channel 7 was like, yeah, the play's real good, but Jerry slows it down.
Yeah, well, the play's always been good. The only addition has been Jerry.
Yeah, Jerry. Jerry's the problem.
Well, Jerry's basking. He's reveling in the spotlight.
Yeah, well, that's a perfect review for Jerry. Because Jerry doesn't pay attention to reviews anyway. So Jerry is basking in the spotlight, and they have him at a big party and everything. And in every picture, Jerry looks more retarded than the next. There is never... Look at it. Here he is holding candles and next to Dr. Ruth and opening his mouth.
That typical Jerry pose.
Doing the typical Jerry retard routine.
Yeah.
All excited. Out on the town.
Doing the Jerry stick for everybody.
Ever since Jerry came to New York, every day in the paper there's been one goofy picture of Jerry after another. Not one normal picture of this guy.
He doesn't have a normal picture.
Yeah.
Well, I hope the play stays open long enough for me to see it.
Yeah, you better hurry over there. Faye Resnick is the lady who... She's the one in the O.J. case who wrote that book, and she was friends with Nicole and said she had a lesbian affair, and maybe they did some coke together or something. I don't know.
Well, I don't know if she says that. She says she had a coke problem.
She's saying how, in Cindy Adams' column, how ridiculous this whole defense is. She's pretty smart, actually. She goes, first line of defense was O.J. was asleep when all this happened, right? However, records prove that at the exact time he was supposedly sleeping, he actually called his girlfriend Paula on his cellular phone. So that went out the window.
Can't say O.J. sleeping.
All right, yeah. Because originally O.J. said to the cops that, when the guy knocked on the door, it was, I was asleep.
And he was rushing around because he overslept.
Yeah. But meanwhile, he was on the phone while he was sleeping.
Sleepwalker.
Right. Sleep phoner. Then the Dream Team said he couldn't have done it because his fingers were crippled. And it turns out these are the fingers that couldn't even shuffle cards and, But it turned out, of course, these were the same fingers that were able to, dial a cellular phone and play golf at the same time. Okay. So then they got rid of that one. Then they said, well, next up he was playing golf at the same time that Nicole was being murdered.
In the dark.
In the dark outside. Except the next thing they figured out, that if that were so, the limousine driver would have seen him the whole time out there because the driver was parked in the driveway. So he would have seen O.J. playing golf, and in fact, where he was hitting the golf balls, he would have smashed the golf balls into the limo. So they figured out that didn't work.
So where's O.J. now?
Well, then they went to the Mary Ann Gerchis testimony that she saw 4 men there. And then she was discredited really fast as an O.J. groupie. And
you realize she's not even going to testify now.
No. So then they said, okay, we have a witness that says O.J.'s car was out there the whole time, and of course it turned out to be Rosa Lopez, who everyone saw Rosa Lopez. And
we probably won't ever see the jury watching that video.
Right. That blew up in the defense's faces. And especially as she referred to Johnny Cochran as Mr. Johnny.
And talked about all the wonderful times they've spent together.
Yeah. And now you have Mark Furman, who they're trying to paint as a racist cop who dates, who now, it turns out, is trying to get dates with black women. So...
Yeah, he's got so many problems with interracial relationships, apparently, because he can't get in one.
Yeah. So now the only thing left was the Colombian necklace, which we're now hearing in court, which was a great one, because what that meant was that Nicole and Faye were not really housewives, Beverly Hills housewives.
2 party girls.
Right. What it turns out they were running an operation that rivaled the Colombians. And these 2 powerful drug women were on the verge of taking over the whole Los Angeles drug cartel. So they had to come and teach them a lesson.
That's right. They were moving into territory that wasn't there.
Yeah. So, Faye Resnick, of course, masterminding all this from behind the walls of a drug rehab center. Right. So they cut Nicole up to send a message, I guess, to all the other housewives who were thinking of taking over the cartel.
That's right. That rest of that block is now scared to death to get back into the drug trade.
Yeah. So that pretty much takes care of that one.
Well, this is what I said. I mean, look at these defenses that they've come up with so far. This is ridiculous.
Yeah. Anyway, we got to take a break. We'll be back right
They're
after.
getting paid how much money to spin these bad tales?
I'm not sure.
I would love to be in the room with them and see the defenses that they say, you know what, that one's a little too wacky. We better not try it.
Yeah.
Well, these are the ones they've actually floated in public.
Nothing's really floating. All right, we got to take a break. We'll be back right after these words.
We're back with the Howard Stern Show.
I didn't realize we were so busy today. We got like a very busy show because I invited those girls to come in, the massage girls.
From yesterday?
Yeah.
They're back?
Yeah, remember I told them to come back with their bikinis?
I didn't know if they could find their way.
And then we got some woman coming in from, remember we were looking through Playboy, and there's in the new issue of Playboy, there's this really good-looking woman, but she's a doctor, like she has a full sex therapy clinic or something.
I don't remember this.
Yeah, and she wrote a book on how to, let me see, how to satisfy your wife and drive a woman wild.
Oh, yeah.
Male multiple orgasm and other secrets for prolonged lovemaking.
You've never had a multiple orgasm?
No. How can you? And she used to be a sex surrogate. So I told her she could come in here and tell us how to really turn women on.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah. I would have shaved if I knew all this female stuff was going on today. I just forgot. I was caught up in the OJ trial. I was busy as a consulting lawyer.
You were busy giving moral support to Mark Furman.
Yeah. Now I don't need, you know what, it's so cold in here today now because someone must have lowered the heat. Yesterday I was really in the mood to see these bikini girls.
Right.
But now I'm so busy I don't even know that I want to see them, but I guess I got to.
Well, let me tell you what's going on. What happened was they were so busy yesterday at their hair show, they didn't have time to buy bikinis.
Yeah.
Luckily, we keep a box of them here.
Yeah. We always have assorted lingerie, spare bikinis and stuff. Yeah.
Just in case the need arises.
Well, yeah, on this show, the need arises at least 3 to 4 times a week.
Emergency bikinis.
Yeah, right.
So the one girl has agreed to put on a bikini. You know, the one that was sitting here with the southern accent.
Yeah.
And the other girl is going to try one on and see. She thinks you're going to make fun of her, but I was telling her how they're 100 times better looking than most of the women that come in here.
Yeah. Now it should be hot in here. Now it's getting too cold.
I will tell Scott Salem to.
Yeah, he can't find the right temperature. That guy can't do the right thing.
Well,
he just can't do it.
I think the thermostat has two
settings. Hot and cold.
Hot.
Yeah, right. That's it. Off and on.
So that's it.
So you want to bring that girl in now? Is she ready?
No, she's not ready. She's getting into her bikini now. I told her to rush it real quick.
You got that tape from Dominic that I have?
Didn't Scott give it to you earlier?
Oh, here it is.
What's this tape from Dominic?
I took this off my answering machine. Hey, get my answering machine stuff back, will you?
Yeah, I got it. Right.
Yeah, because I want it, because I don't want Scott listening to my messages. That's always kind of weird. Oh, that's an interesting message. I'll record that for my own archives.
Howard.
I make Gary stand back there. Whenever I give Scott my answering machine messages, I make Gary stand back there.
So that he doesn't listen to anything he's not supposed to?
Yeah, because Scott's real nosy.
I gave it back to you already. It's already in your bag.
Oh, it is? Okay, thanks.
I know I had to hover over him. He was getting all bent out of shape.
Oh, was he? Because he was.
Well, he didn't know why. I was just like, come on, let's get this done.
Yeah. Well, screw him.
I wasn't going to say to him, you know, Howard doesn't want you to listen to
You know what it is? It's not that he's dishonest or anything, but curiosity. I know I would listen.
You would do it.
I would.
Well, that's what you're guarding against yourself.
No.
Aren't you the guy who, after 7 o'clock at NBC, used to go through the file, see what everyone made?
Yeah.
Because you can't help it.
Of course. I had to know. That was open warfare. I was at war.
So when people invite you to their home, what do you do?
I go through their pocketbooks. So you think I'm going to let Scott back there? I mean, people are naturally curious, that's all.
There's nothing that says you shouldn't do that.
No, that's perfectly legitimate. That's called business. Hey, anyway, so he's full of it. I never once went through the files at NBC finding out what people made. Yeah, cool. Papa Flunky, you nut. We wouldn't even let me in the file room.
Where was this file?
Yeah.
Everybody would have gone through it if we knew where it was.
I used to borrow a few supplies and, some paper and some pens and stuff. That was about it. Petty theft. Anyway, so I just thought you'd think this was funny because Dominic, the bloated attorney, calls my house now. See, it used to be when we, like about 2 or 3 years ago, Dominic would call my house if something really big was going on. So he might call maybe 2 or 3 times a year.
All right, he wasn't calling all the time.
Wasn't abusive. But Dominic really wants to be my friend. Dominic's this lawyer that we know who's, he's a good lawyer and everything, but
He's a very strange man, though.
He really wants to be my friend, and it's real important to him that he's my friend. I don't know why.
But he's got a real inferiority complex at the same time.
How come?
I remember once Allison and I were going somewhere, and he was here, and we invited him to come along with us, and he said okay. And then when we got to the restaurant, he had already gotten there and sent a note that he didn't want to impose.
No
that
offense.
He knew we were just asking.
He just didn't want to go with you guys, and that's his way of doing it graciously.
I don't know. He could have said no. What's
Believe
the
me,
big deal?
he is such a blowhard. He would have definitely sat down. If he wanted to be there, he would have been there.
I don't know. He just seemed very, very... I would have cared less if he had said no. What would be the big deal?
That's his style. He's a guy's guy. He's got to sit at a table with guys. So anyway, trust me.
But the point is, why can't you just say no?
That's not his style.
No.
That's all I can tell you. So anyway...
So there's something wrong with a person who can't tell the truth. That's what I'm saying.
He's a third grader. There's nothing wrong with him.
The doors are ready.
Yeah, I'm in the middle of something, though, for 1 second.
Okay.
1 second. I waited for the girl, so I got started on something else.
I couldn't help it.
Okay. I built the Dominic thing. I can't just suddenly drop it.
Actually, I now remember what Dominic did. He sent a note to the restaurant that he had an emergency court date.
Well, he didn't want to sit with you guys. So anyway, now he calls. So I was sick, on Friday, and I told you he calls my house now every 20 minutes.
Yeah.
And he's like, hello, Howard, this is in the answering machine. Howard, you there? Are you all right? Everything okay? What's going on? Everything okay? And then he doesn't get me. Then he somehow has my upstairs number. He calls my wife. Allison, pick up. It's Dominic. So finally my wife picks up, and he goes, Allison, Howard's okay? She goes, oh, he's got a stomach virus. Psychological or is it physical? Goes, what? Psychological or physical with him? Because he's ill. He's got a fever about it. Maybe I'll bring over some whitefish. Make him feel better. And, of course, Dominic's a fat guy, so he solves every problem by whitefish.
Food,
yeah,
whitefish.
Whitefish.
That's not even fun food.
When you got a stomach virus, the last thing you want to hear about is whitefish. So, so he calls every minute. It's a very nice thing. I mean, it's nice, but it's also, back off. It's also a little obnoxious to call someone's house and start just wondering if he has a psychological problem. You know what I mean?
That's not nice.
If anyone has a psychological problem, it's Dominic. He eats way too much. I mean,
He's analyzing everyone but himself.
Right. What's wrong with you? Meanwhile, there's a guy sitting there. He's about 500 pounds. What's wrong with you? Good defense mechanism. Anyway, so here's one of the many messages left on my machine. Lest you thought I was lying.
This is Dominic calling. Even though you say you have no friends, I am your friend, and I want to see how you feel. You feel okay? All right. I just called to say hello and hope you're feeling better.
Is he eating during this?
Goodbye.
He said goodbye with a mouthful.
In 3 syllables, he's out of breath. You notice he's out of breath?
Goodbye.
Goodbye. He can't even talk without being out of breath.
Say you have no friends.
You say you have no friends? I'm your friend. So in other words, he's establishing himself as one of my friends.
This is the kind of person who could never be your friend because he's making too much of an issue about it.
If I say I have no friends, how could he tell me that he's my friend?
Yeah, he can't make himself your friend.
Right. I still maintain I have no friends.
I got a court order. I got a court order that says you're my friend.
Right.
So listen how out of breath.
Taking him all the way to the Supreme Court.
He's so heavy he's out of breath by the third
from
syllable.
Talking.
Yeah, from talking.
He's not walking.
Because I said to him, do you exercise at all? He goes, yeah, I talk about 12 hours a day in court.
This is Dominic calling. Even though you say you have no friends, I am your friend, and I want to see how you feel. You feel okay? All right. I just called to say hello and hope you're feeling better.
Hello?
Goodbye.
Goodbye. Goodbye. Goodbye. Goodbye. Hello, Allison? This is Dominic. What? Is Howard okay? Or is it psychological? Hold on, I gotta eat. Hello?
Did he come over with the whitefish?
No. See, I'm not used to all this attention. I know I'm a loser and that people didn't want to be my friend for many years, so I know it's the radio show.
Mm-hmm.
So he's got to calm down with all the attention. Because I'm telling you, I lived a life before radio, and I know no one heaps this much attention on anybody.
But this is what I'm telling you about Dominic. Dominic has called me and offered me the condo in Puerto Rico.
Yeah.
And he says things like, you have it by yourself, or if you want me to be there, me and Irma, we'll do it with you.
It's insane.
And then he says, I got a boat, you can come, I'll take you out.
It's a pisser.
A friend is a guy who hangs out with you and plays cards with you.
Right.
A guy who's pushing the envelope is a guy who hangs out to play cards with you and fixing the deck so you can take his money.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah,
That's
right.
different,
Yeah, right.
you know.
He's trying too hard.
Hang out with me and
Yeah,
play.
Dominic fixed the deck twice so that I would win.
Right.
He was upset that I was losing, so he dealt me 4 aces.
Twice, didn't he?
Twice.
The idea of cheating is so you can win.
Yeah.
But now he's making it so obvious with the 4 aces.
Yeah. I wish he would have done it a little less obvious. He goes, look how happy Howard is. He's winning. Meanwhile, there's a lot of guys at the table losing a lot of money to me.
They're all pissed.
Yeah. They don't have the same interest in seeing me happy. All right. The girls are here. Let me just take a short break. I got a lot of things backed up that we have to do today, so let me take a break, and we'll
Got to run through these girls.
Yeah, we'll be back right after these words.
You're listening to The Howard Stern Show. Once again, Howard Stern.
All right, Gary, bring in the girls, will you? So these 2 girls came to visit us around 9 o'clock yesterday, or sometime. I don't even remember when, Your Honor. But they were from, where are they from, Washington? Yeah. But they have Southern accents.
One of them does.
Hey, let me check you out. Not bad. Let me check you out. Oh, what's the matter? You uptight?
What does she think she's got to be criticized about?
One of them's a little heavier than the other one, so she's afraid that I'll make fun of her. Do you have weight to lose? Yes.
Oh, listen to
Yeah, you have weight to lose.
These are 2 young, attractive girls.
Right.
And you'd die to be with either one.
Well, the one on the left I'm going to ask to marry me today. You got some bod on you, honey. Oh, man. You want to go on vacation with me?
Okay.
Yeah.
You know, she pretty much says yes to anything.
Where you want to go? You name it. We're going.
The Caribbean.
Caribbean? You can do better than that.
I've never been anywhere.
I'll take it. Man. What's your first name again?
Heather.
Heather. And what's yours?
Tammy.
Tammy. And Tammy, you're the big fan of the show.
Yeah.
And you got Heather to come down here yesterday and show us her top and everything.
Yeah.
So as we're talking to these girls, they came into town for this beauty show that they're having at the Javits Center.
Right, they're representing something.
Yeah.
Jacovelli Hair Care
The
Product.
Javits Center is so corrupt, I'm reading this morning, that, you know, evidently now all of the truth is coming out since Pataki said he's going to investigate.
Yeah, the people are blabbing over there like there's no tomorrow.
They're saying that the carpenters union over there was like, if you're in the mob, you just like, you know, you get out of jail and they sign you up into the carpenters
Right, you got to have a job, so the mob always gives you jobs.
I'm just wondering what, like what kind of building these carpenters do.
None.
You know, I mean,
They
they're all
don't
like,
even show up for work.
they must have a couple of guys who legitimately know how to do carpentry.
I told you I was there a couple of weeks ago for the comic book show, and all the vendors were complaining because when they load you in, you have to pay like $79 per 100 pounds of stuff they load in.
Yeah.
But there's no scale. They just look at your stuff and they tell you how much it is.
Yeah,
They tell you how much it weighs. They got a prognosticator over
Yeah, this
there.
kind of weighs 500 pounds.
That's exactly what goes on.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. So you're Heather, and you're
Tammy.
Tammy.
Yeah.
Tammy, you don't have that much weight to lose. You look pretty good. Believe me, I'd do you.
Thanks.
I'd do you. Don't worry about it, all right?
Believe me, he'd be lucky to do you if he was your age.
Exactly. You probably wouldn't even look at me. You know what I'm saying? You're getting confused by the radio show.
And don't forget, Tammy's heavily into lesbianism.
Yeah, right. That helps.
I had one eye open and one eye closed last night.
Did you guys get it on at all?
No.
No? I can see why you'd want her.
She really is nervous about that.
I'm telling you,
What,
Heather.
think she's going to jump on you?
Heather, you could be a model. Heather, you could be a model. I'm telling you.
Thanks.
If you had the right boyfriend who could, you know, take your talents and get them into the right
Maximize.
people.
I'll have to look for one.
Well, I don't know. You might not have to look that far. You know, play. You know, sometimes sometimes
why is
success is right in front of you.
Why is that old guy you're hanging around with taking you to see more old people?
Yeah. So anyway, we're talking to Heather yesterday, who has an interesting background. So I invited her back today, real quick. So your job, when she's not here, she has a regular job because she's not in the beauty industry.
Right.
All right.
Well, I wouldn't call it a regular job.
Describe your job again. You get into a bathing suit at old age homes.
Right. And I do a talk to them. I'm just like talking about how get involved in exercise and
Do you actually exercise?
I exercise a little bit.
Yeah. This is just all pretty natural, though, your body, huh?
Pretty much, yeah.
Hey, turn around. Let me see your butt.
No.
Come on, let me just see it.
Oh, God.
Let me see. Man, there's nothing wrong with that.
You don't think so?
No.
Oh, okay.
Hey, can I poke you guys with a stick?
Sure.
I can? Thanks.
Did you bring a stick today?
Yeah, I got this. Here, wait. First, I'll do Heather. I'm going to poke her with a stick. I've always wanted to poke somebody with a stick. Here, Heather, I'm going to hit you in the stomach, all right?
Okay.
All right. Is that annoying?
No, not too much.
All right, I'm going to do your leg now. How's that?
Not bad.
All right, turn around.
You want her to turn around?
Can I poke your butt? All right. All right, Tammy, your turn. All right. I'm going to do your stomach. Yeah, it's nice and tight. No problem there. Need a little razor right here.
Oh.
A little shave. Hey, come on. We got to critique the girls. Don't get all tight. All right, here, let me do your butt. Oh, yeah. Plenty of beef back there. There you go. There you go. How's that? Good? You like that? Yeah?
Doesn't take much.
Yeah, you young girls. Turning you on, it's easy. Nice stick. Hey, that was good. You know, for years, girls used 10-foot poles to keep me away.
Right, and now you're...
Now I have sticks. You girls mind if I smell the end of my stick?
Oh.
Okay.
Can I sniff it? Mmm. Nice. Would you girls perfume yourselves today? Yeah? Nice. Real nice. So anyway, your job, you met this old guy, and he dresses you up in bikinis and thongs?
Yes.
And you go to old age homes, like established old age homes.
Right. Mm-hmm.
All the old people come to see you in a bathing suit, like old guys, and then you get them on a table.
I get on a table wearing the bikini.
Yeah.
And the old man stands there. And
all right, you want to do a demo of this for me?
Okay.
I'll be the old man.
Okay.
You guys want to do it too, or you want just me to do it? Or you guys get in trouble with your wives?
Well, this is a demonstration. I don't understand why they get in trouble.
Yeah, this is medicinal.
We'll be the old men.
Yeah, we'll be the old men, and you just show us, all right?
Okay.
All right, so come here. All I got is this mat.
I'm still trying to get this straight. She gets on the table.
Yeah, you see, first she gets on the table. Her job is to go to the old age home. This sounds to me like one big wacky act of perversion.
Yeah.
But nobody's copping to it. And how old are these guys?
Like 68.
68? Like 68. So they could probably be 75, 80.
Right.
You wouldn't know the difference.
They give me money. I don't care.
Jimmy, each guy... Here, come over here.
Everybody who touches you gives you money?
Yeah, every guy... Hey, you're pretty tall. How tall are you?
5'6.5".
Yeah, perfect height. That's the height I like. Yeah.
So,
you into me at all, or what?
you have a nice smile, good hair.
Oh, boy.
She really picked you apart.
All right, you know what? I can look a lot better. I really can look... I really can look a lot better. I haven't looked good for the last, 4 or 5 days. I was a little under the weather, but now I'm fine. You see me in a week, I'm going to be gorgeous.
Okay.
Here, look at me on my poster. Don't I look good there?
Yeah, you look really good.
Yeah, that's how I photograph. I don't really look like what you're seeing in person. Right, Robin? You
That's
even
right,
know that.
That's right.
Here, let me show you.
I don't even recognize him sometimes.
Where's my picture of me nude on my book cover? You ever see my book cover?
Nope.
What?
You didn't see my book cover? Where you live? Where do you live again?
Well, for a while I lived in Nashville, Tennessee. I switch off whenever I get myself into too much trouble or I run out of money. I switch towns.
Okay.
Back and forth, back and forth. If something
I don't know.
goes wrong,
You don't make a lot of sense. Like you switch towns.
How do you get money in a town?
I try to find a job. I find a job. I work as a receptionist, waitress, anything I can get money doing, I do it. And
Didn't you tell Ganji some jobs like you have to work the guys over, with your hand?
yeah.
Oh man, really?
Tammy.
What does this mean?
What?
No, I don't mean Tammy. Ganji.
Oh, but I know she
She didn't blab.
but she tried to.
Oh.
I used to work in a massage parlor.
Oh, did you really?
Yeah.
Oh.
You could use a rub down, I'm telling you. You do medicinal massage? That's what I'm looking for. That's the massage I'm looking for.
So in this massage parlor, you would have to reach under a guy's towel?
No, they're naked.
Yeah,
They're
but
naked?
they
Really?
wouldn't even have a towel on.
Mm-mm.
Oh boy.
Wow. I'd like to. How much does a guy have to pay for something like that?
$60.
Oh, that's worth it.
Half hour. And
Wow.
I only got $20 out of the whole deal. I was really mad, so I quit.
You got 20 and the place got 40?
Yeah, because they said since you use supplies, use a little bit of baby powder. They said you owe us $20, but they said since you're new, we'll only take out 10. So they take half of what you make and then another additional for supplies. So I made $20 out of the whole deal.
And they probably had to be pretty gross guys, right?
They were nasty. Smelled like onions and everything.
Oh. How long did you last doing that?
3 days.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that was it. I was just like, get it.
How many clients in that 3 days?
70.
How many clients in that amount of time?
I only got 3 and only got to work on 1 because everyone was leaving because I didn't want to.
Doing it good?
Well, I didn't want to do them. That's why.
Oh, really? She's a stuck-up masseuse. But you know what? That makes sense. I got to tell you something. I know I'm a guy. If I get a massage from a woman, I don't care who it is. I'm getting worked up, and I need to be. I have to have release. I need to relax.
It sounds to me like they laid down on that table. You weren't supposed to touch anything else.
Yeah, right. I mean, you didn't actually go through the premise of giving them a massage. I mean, you just basically got right to work, right?
Right.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah. See. Kind of different.
All right. So anyway, so you gave that job up. Then you meet this old guy.
Well, I met this old guy last summer, and I thought it was like kind of a freaky job, but I was just like, well, gets me money, and I wasn't hurting, so.
And the old guy said to you, look, you're an attractive girl. And did he make you model some swimsuits and stuff for him?
Yep.
And where, in his apartment?
In his house. And,
Was his wife home?
No, she's at work. She works for the post office, so she's never home.
So she probably doesn't have a clue that you know even her husband.
Right. She
How
doesn't
could
even know
they
me,
have
so
all this
I'm
money if his wife works at the post office?
Well, because he's obviously got a good business going with her. So you mean he dreamt up this thing? He says, I'm going to go to old age homes and bring you by in a bikini.
Well, it was associated with the university. And this lady who's the sponsor, she's one of the doctors there, she just acts like she's a sponsor, and that makes, I think we get funding from the university. So
Really?
The university's paying me or whatever.
You mean this is unbelievable.
It's incredible.
Because my grandfather was in an old age home.
Yeah.
And he'd get excited when someone would come and just sing to him, like from a youth group or something.
Right.
I mean, there was nothing. What? Yeah, he'd still be alive if he was having bikini girls show up.
I don't know why these old men, they haven't seen anybody like her in forever. Don't they
Are you
keel
kidding?
over?
My Grandpa Stern was so whacked out that, I told you he used to run around screaming that they were stealing his money.
Right.
My grandfather had no money. He used to press pants for a living. And my father had to go to a bank and get a phony bank book, type in $3 million, and he had to go up to his father's bed. And my grandfather was whacked out. I was there when he did it. He goes, Pop, I got your bank book. He was sure that the guy from the old age home was stealing his money. And he had no money. My father paid for the old age home. So he goes, Pop, I got your bank book. It's all here. And he shows him the bank book. My grandfather looks at it, sees the $3 million in the bank, and he goes, okay. That was it.
Do you ever worry about your genetics?
Yeah. Oh, I have the worst genetics, girls. Yeah.
Looking back on your family history.
I thought it was pretty bright of my father to get a phony bank book and put $3 million in. And my grandfather was like, wow, I got $3 million? I didn't really. Yeah, well, my father explained it accrued interest and all the time he did.
So
right?
he put in $3 and it turned into $3 million.
Yeah, that's the great thing about America. So anyway, no, but nothing ever happened at the old age home. And, I mean, my grandfather married a woman who was like an old lady, because his first wife died, he married an old lady, and she was like a little short woman who was big and fat. And he used to just run around accusing her of cheating every minute. Can you imagine if she walked in a bikini?
Well, this is what I'm saying. Wouldn't that kill him?
Yeah, I mean, you're not talking with a stable group of people. This goes a knockout.
And then they get to touch her. I just think that this is dangerous.
Do these guys, I think what they're doing for the old people is giving them something to go back to the room and think about while they're, you know what I mean?
We want to encourage them to exercise.
That's not what they're thinking.
I don't even know how that encourages them to exercise.
Are women involved in this? Do women?
Women do it too. And it was for a while we're going to go topless and give them a breast examination. So, and we always warn them about.
Can I have one of those too?
If you want.
Yeah, good. All right. Because I'll need a breast exam. You'll examine my breast?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, super. Yeah. Okay. Why shouldn't I get that?
So did somebody teach her how to do this stuff?
The old man did.
Yeah, the old man taught her how to do the... Did he teach her how to do the breast exam?
He was trying to, but I told him I already knew.
and he has his doctor's degree from where?
He doesn't have a doctor's degree.
Yeah, right. All right, so wait. So you meet this old guy. How old is the old guy?
About 68.
All right, 68.
Every old guy's about 68 to her.
Yeah, about 68. 68.
That's a magic number.
Because you have a fascinating line of work, so that's why I'm so curious. Let me ask you something. When you go around on like a beach in that bikini and stuff, do guys like hit on you every 10 seconds?
No.
Really?
I don't have much luck with guys.
What? Are you serious?
I'm serious.
Guys don't hit on you all the time?
I'm a bum magnet. That's all I am.
I'm no bigger bum than the one standing next to you. Now, how did you meet this old guy?
Through the newspaper. The university has a newspaper that...
Would that be Penny Saver, where Jackie finds his doctors?
No. It was the university's newspaper.
The Diamondback?
Yep, that's one. And it said, looking for fun and fitness hostess. Good pay and good hours. And I thought, well, that sounds like a thing I'm qualified for.
Yeah, that's me. Good pay, good hours.
Fun and fitness.
So you go over to the guy's house, right? You call him up, and you go over his house, and he explains the job to you. Does he ask you to get into a swimsuit?
Well, not right off. Usually we just sit around and talk about my life and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I get paid for talking about my life, which is really cool.
Like how? What do you talk about?
We talk about, I talk about my boyfriends, and he tells me to get rid of them.
And does he tell you? Does he ask you about sex and stuff?
Sometimes, yeah, we're pretty open about stuff. Really.
Yeah, I bet.
This is the wickiest thing I've ever heard of.
And you're a virgin, right?
Yep.
But you've done everything else.
Pretty much, yep.
I don't know if I buy that.
Why not?
I don't know if I buy the virgin story. I don't see why you'd wait.
I mean, with the way you've been carrying on, you've been in massage parlors and all that stuff.
So you're not a virgin, are you?
I am.
No, that's a lie, isn't it?
No, it's not.
Be honest.
I'm being honest. I'm a virgin.
Really?
Yes.
Dr. Martley.
All right. Okay.
Do you have
Jackie
a check
says
you
no
could
way.
do?
No.
I'll pay you like $300 right now to take your virginity.
Nah.
I've never had that. I usually get them after they're all ragged out. Yeah. Every girl I got had been slept with 50 guys already. Yeah, they've already been through the mill.
Don't you get
nobody ever felt like losing their virginity to me.
Don't you get the impression that she goes to talk to this old man in his house, wherever it is, and that he just waits till he gets himself worked up enough, and then I think like you must.
Well, I don't know.
Does he ever leave these conversations and go into another room?
Well, yeah. Does he ever walk into another room after these conversations?
Oh, yeah, he does.
He does? How about to satisfy himself?
I don't know. He always says he has to go to the bathroom.
Oh, come on. Oh, man. Because I have to go to the bathroom. All right, so, okay. Could you actually be this naive? I don't think you're that naive.
I like the money.
Okay, all right, so wait a second. So let me get this straight. So then you go to the old age home. Well, let's do the demo right now because I'm running out of time.
So how long does he think
Hold
this
on.
job will last?
Jackie, Gary, move this chair, will you? Hold on a second. We'll get the setup. Yeah, how long can this job last? Oh, she's 20 now. I mean, she can definitely do this another 10 years.
Yeah,
she keeps
but
that
won't they
body
run out
in
of
shape.
nursing homes and won't somebody get onto this at the university?
I just can't figure out that, like, a nursing home would allow this. But you know what? Maybe, like, today, like, you got younger guys running nursing homes, and they're like, you know what? Let the guy have some fun. He's going to be dead in another
they're
week.
getting real liberal. Huh?
Yeah, because when you give the demonstration, what are the old people wearing?
The regular, really old, stupid clothes, sweaters, and junk like that.
And you're standing there in your bikini. You talk about exercise for how long?
Well, my speech is really short. It's like 5 minutes. And then it's like...
Let me hear a little of your speech.
I just tell them my name and tell them that I came from the university. And then I said, I'm really glad you gave me the opportunity to explain to you why exercise is so important. And then I start saying how it works your cardiovascular muscles and tells them that it just makes them feel better.
And the whole time you're standing like in this bikini.
Well, sometimes I wear like this little wrap. He bought me this bathrobe to wear, kind of like a little silk bathrobe. And he wants me to wear it around every day as a dress, but I'm like, this ain't no dress. And so I just, like, towards the end, like about 3 minutes, my speech is like 3 minutes, so really short. And I show these little visuals, and then I just take off my...
You take off the rub, and all those guys go like, whoa.
Yeah, we always have to ask if it's okay, because we don't want anybody to have a heart attack or something. We might offend somebody.
All right, so then you get into your bikini, and you say, all right, now I'm going to teach you how to massage.
Yep.
All right, so what do? You get down on the table, and each old man gets to massage you?
Yep, everybody's massaging. And
all right, hold on. Okay, here you are. Okay, we're down on the floor. Do you mind being on here?
That's fine.
Okay. There you go. All right. Okay, get into your position. You lay on your back?
Yep.
You lay on your back?
Yep.
And
not her stomach.
And each guy... Now, what do I have to do?
Okay, first we take the hand.
The hand?
And you go like this.
All right, so
what are you doing, Howard?
I'm rubbing her finger a little bit. That's cool.
Oh, so you start with her hand.
Yeah.
And you go rubbing towards the heart.
Oh, so now I get to rub up your arm?
Yeah.
Like this?
So,
and all these little old men?
Like what? Wait, you know what? Put your head this way so I can mic you.
Okay.
If you don't mind. Hey, you smell pretty good. What are you wearing?
Vanilla musk.
Yeah, that's not bad. I definitely would. This is unbelievable. If I was some old guy, I'm dying.
You are an old guy.
Hold on. But she doesn't have an ounce of fat on her. Perfect.
So then you go like this and rub.
You what?
Go like this and rub.
All right. So now I'm like practically on your chest.
Right. Well.
What? Yeah. Now what do I do? How do I get to your like chest and stuff? Do they ever
start rubbing like this?
I can rub your belly.
Yeah.
Oh.
They rub everything, and then the old man.
Well, tell me what to do.
I mean, they're on your legs and going up your thighs.
So I go up your stomach like this?
Yeah.
Like this?
Yeah.
Where's that, Howard?
Whoa. I'm on her stomach.
Going where?
I don't know. I'm going. Do I go up by your chest?
Yeah.
I do?
Yeah.
Do they ever touch your chest?
Wait a second. Let me get this straight. Instruct me what to do.
They just go like this and like this.
Show me how to do it.
Okay.
All right.
This.
Yeah. Up here?
Yeah.
On your chest?
The old man like shows like, and he always runs. Remember, women, get your breast checked, and men too, because.
Now wait a second. Now an old guy's here, and I get and I.
Like a ton of them are just standing around the table, a ton of women and men, and they're like.
And you massage and they massage your chest.
Not my breasts, you know.
Right.
Just like close to it or whatever. And
all right. Yeah. So then what about the legs?
Yeah, they do my legs. My legs, I didn't shave them this morning.
Let me see.
They're kind of hairy.
Oh no, baby, they're good. How far up do they go?
They go all the way up here, but old.
Like this?
Yeah.
Does this turn you on?
No, I don't get turned on.
Well, it's old guys.
Yeah.
You don't get turned on at all.
Nope.
And then how about when you roll over? Do they do your back?
Yeah, they do.
But they're more interested in your front.
Right. So usually I just stay like this, and then when it's
she's laying on her back, and guys are just touching her all over.
Yeah, it's a field session.
Then do you do them?
We ask them if they want to hire one of us to give them a sports massage. And in Maryland, you need a license, but oh well. And
oh well. So wait a second. Then the guy lays down on the mat, and you do him?
Right. If we are hired to do this.
Oh, so they have to pay you.
Right.
Do you go in a private room, or they do it right there?
Well, we never had anybody who wanted to pay extra money. Because they're cheap, you know, they're living in these old homes, they haven't got any money, so we're trying to work ourselves up and go to these affluential, you know, affluent kind of nursing homes, so maybe we can get some money, but...
So you've never actually massaged anybody?
No, other than the old man, that's it.
I guess I'm not getting a demo of that.
But you know what she's doing. She's still working in a massage parlor.
Yeah, she's working in a massage parlor. It's an old age massage parlor for old guys. And do you see these old guys in that like naked and stuff?
Well, when I was working in that massage parlor, yeah, they would get naked. But here,
but what about here?
I never really had to do anybody.
Right, so you don't know what that's all about. So you lay there in a bikini and guys get to touch you.
Right.
All right, cool. All right. Thanks for the demo. That was pretty good.
And you get a bonus if you do this. I'm the only
I bet
one,
you do get a bonus.
I'm the only one brave enough to stand in front of anybody in the bikini, so I get more money. And all the other girls quit because they're really, you know, peeved about that. So tough on them.
Oh, so there are other girls too.
I can't believe some old guy hasn't like gotten his massage yet from her.
Well,
how much do you charge?
It's $25 an hour.
$25 and nobody takes you up on that?
No.
Damn,
this is
I
a
would.
very strange business.
Yeah, that's a weird business.
Yeah.
A young 20-year-old girl who looks like this for $25?
You think that a bunch of guys would just get the money together and each get 5 minutes?
Guys, why don't we just put up 25?
Chip in and flip a
It will take 10 minutes each. We don't need that much. No kidding. You give a good massage?
I think so.
Really?
Yep.
You've never done one.
All right, and how do you teach breast exam?
Well,
she's never actually massaged anybody.
How would she know she's good?
So if you get one of these guys in the old age home to get the massage, what you're going to really do is take them in the room and just finish them off real quick, right?
well, I don't want to do that.
Oh, you mean you want to give them an actual massage?
Yeah.
Oh. That's why nobody's paying.
Yeah, I want $25. Well, I don't. $25 for that seems high. Now, what about breast exam? How do you teach that?
Okay, well, the women are like kind of like dumb about it because they don't realize they need to get their breasts checked too. And
meanwhile, all the guys stand there and watch you do a breast exam.
Right. Well, the old man who hires me, he's standing there and he wants to remind everyone, so he starts kind of going like this, but he doesn't.
The old man starts showing you how to examine your breast.
Kind of in a way. After
Yeah.
I already told him that I already know how to. And
Right.
Then he's like,
He keeps showing.
he wants to show.
Right.
But everybody is too offended at the nursing homes for someone to go topless.
Yeah.
So I can't take off my shirt.
Oh,
So
so
we
you've
just
never
kinda-
taken your shirt off?
No, they won't let me.
But the guys want it, but the women won't.
Right. They think it's inappropriate. And they,
So what do you do? So how do you do a breast exam?
well, we lift our hand like this, and
Yeah.
he checks like around here.
Oh,
Oh,
he
he
checks.
does it. Oh, man.
What a gig.
What a gig, huh?
And she's like, yeah, isn't that the way it's done?
You're never too old.
And we tore all over.
So can you show me a breast exam? Like, how do you do it? Let me see. Put your hand behind your head. Now, where do I use my hand to check?
Like right around here.
Here?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
And then
I
go
see.
around like this and just check
Let me
everywhere.
check. Is this what he does? Yeah, well, she's showing me how to do it.
Oh, boy. You are getting away with murder there.
I'm checking,
You're like the old
it for cancer.
You're the old man.
Wait a second, am I doing it right? Am I out of line?
No, you're right.
I'm checking you for cancer, right?
Yeah, right.
I'm going to check my wife tonight. I'll check you later. I can't take it. You better get out of here before I cheat. Robin's right. I'm pretty close. Wow. That was a pretty good exam. My marriage is going to get cancer. Where you want to go on vacation? Because I'm free in April. You want to do a spa or you want to go like to the Caribbean?
The Caribbean.
Yeah?
Yep. That sounds fun.
How about Jumbie Bay? I know this island. It's
you could take her anywhere. She's never been to anywhere but Virginia and Tennessee.
Get her own private villa. You know, it's a private island.
That sounds good.
Hang out with Robin Leach. Yeah.
But she's not going to do anything. She's a virgin.
No, you'll do for me, right? You're going to give up that virginity, I hope, if I take you on vacation, right?
I don't know. I don't think so.
I said I'd marry you. What's the big deal? You're going to have to sign a prenup, but big deal. What do you care? You wouldn't lose your virginity to me?
Nope.
I'm a radio guy. It's a big opportunity. You would, though, right?
Oh, yeah.
Are you a virgin, too?
Are you a virgin? No, you're no virgin.
No.
You've been through the mill.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, girls, hey, thanks for the demo.
No problem.
Appreciate the breast exam, too. That was kind of cool.
Does the other one need her breast examined? She might not know.
Do you need your breast exam? I could examine them for you. Now I'm a professional. Who needs their breast examined? Not you, Billy. Do you want yours examined?
Yeah.
You do? Come over here quickly.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah. Tell me if I'm doing it right, okay, Heather? You're the expert.
The doctor's just hanging out of that thing.
All right. Well, what you need to do is evidently lift your arm over your head. Go ahead. I can check you. No, you don't have any cancer in there.
Look at
No,
you.
you're fine. What?
Any lumps there?
No, no lumps. You're fine. You're fine. How'd I do?
Pretty good. Looks pretty good to me.
Yeah. That's this medical stuff, I'm good at it.
Do the old women at the home, do they want to be done?
Yeah. Anybody else? Jackie? Fred? You want to teach Jackie and Fred how to do a breast exam?
No.
Jackie, you want to learn how to do it?
No, my finger cuts.
It's pretty interesting learning. Now you can do what I do. Like, I'm offering, I charge like $10 and I examine, women for breast cancer. So now I could go out and actually examine women, right?
Sure.
Yeah. Cool.
You're
Suddenly,
going to be going door to door now.
what about you? When's your last breast exam?
I can do it myself. I'm like,
No, but isn't it? Hey, seriously, Heather, isn't it better if someone does it for you so they can?
Yes.
Yes.
And then we
gonna
also
take
want to
her
check for
advice?
prostate cancer, too.
You
do you do that?
You do that?
Find them, so we say the men to check them.
Do you ever check the men for prostate cancer?
No, I don't have to do
Because I
that.
could use an exam.
Yeah, you can't do that yourself.
Yeah, I need some help with that. Yeah. Well, thanks for teaching me how to examine, and I feel pretty good about it. Thanks for sharing your philosophy of life.
I got to go on one of these demonstrations. I can't believe this is going on.
Can we videotape one of your demonstrations?
If you want to.
Oh, excellent. Okay, we'd like to do that. So, because when we show it on TV, we would like to,
We're going to be starting to schedule more, and we're going to go to the affluent ones. So.
Good. Yeah, smart move.
So we want the money.
That affluent community could really help you. She should go on tour. I'd like to back that tour.
Absolutely.
A list of tour dates. You know how many guys would be into that?
Now, I bet you we're getting calls trying to book her.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. The cocoon tour.
Yeah, the cocoon tour. All old people.
Oh, make me young again.
If you were some old guy, man, and she came in a bikini, and you get to massage her for a while, and then she teaches you how to check breast, come on.
Hey, wouldn't you turn all your money over to that nursing home?
Yeah.
Here, take my teeth and trim.
How long does each guy get to massage you for?
Just a few minutes.
Like longer than what I did.
No, not that one.
Really?
Just about the same amount of time.
Too bad. Well, anyway.
Yeah, because they want the $25. They can't give it away all for free.
Right. Well, thanks, girls.
Oh, you're welcome.
Two of you are very attractive, and let me tell you something. Yeah. All right. All right, I got to take a break, Robin. And when we come back, believe it or not, it is a very sexy day here on the show because I think there's some woman who's going to teach our audience how
Oh,
to
is she
turn...
coming up next?
She's going to teach us how to turn women on. It's Howard Stern's sex clinic.
Well, maybe you want to keep these two here to demonstrate.
Maybe they can.
Hey, yeah, we might need to demo girls. You girls feel like hanging, or you got to go?
Sure.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, maybe you could teach us during the commercials some more massage techniques. Massage
oil.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, they were prepared.
Sensuality, relaxation.
Oh, I didn't realize.
I don't understand. First of all, these people aren't exercising, but they jump right to the sports massage.
Well, after they exercise, they're going to need a sports massage. Imagine a sports massage. These are people who can barely lift themselves out of bed. Sports massage. Yeah, like, who's going to do this for them? This is just an elaborate scam to get a young, sexy girl in a bikini.
Absolutely.
All right, I got to take a break. We'll be back right after these words.
We'll be back with the Howard Stern Show. Don't go away. 97.1 The Eagle.
740 at The Eagle. This is Brad Baxter, Eagle. It's 746 at 97.1 The Eagle.
Call Howard on the Eagle's toll-free line, 1-800-54-STERN. You're listening to the Howard Stern Show. Once again, Howard Stern.
Oh, by the way, Jackie, to order Jackie's Wild Comedy CD or cassette, it's $10 plus $3 shipping and handling. Jokeland special, buy two, get one free. Call 1-800-323-KING. It's the great Dee Snider behind us. This Friday, March 17th, two big shows for St. Patty's Day at Chuckles in Mineola, Long Island. For filthy jokes and info, call 516-922-WINE. Remember, 516-922-WINE is not a pay service. I didn't plan it like this, but it ended up being sort of a sexy morning because, you know, Playboy always calls and asks me to have different women on.
Mm-hmm.
And believe it or not, I know some people don't believe this. I know you know this to be the case. I do turn down a certain percentage of naked women.
Occasionally.
But this one caught my eye because, well, they showed me this picture of this woman in Playboy this month. And she's really hot looking. There's no doubt about it. But, you know, they said, you want to have her on?
She had her clothes on, though, didn't she?
Well, for the first shot, but after that, I mean, you know, here she is. I mean, the top came right off.
Is that right? I didn't know
I mean, she's real hot, and she claims to be a PhD, a doctor.
Right, of nudity.
Yeah, a doctor of nudity. And then, you know, I'm wondering, like, what kind of doctorate?
That's her dissertation you're looking at.
Yeah, don't you sort of lose credibility when you're naked in a magazine? So, I don't know, she looked real good. She's a doctorate, and she's got her doctorate being a sexual surrogate or something.
We should give her a test.
Of what?
Any of those little tests we do. See
how smart she is? Yeah, you guys get any test questions? That's not a bad idea. She claims to be a PhD. She must be smart.
She must be smart.
I think she's a PhD like Bill Cosby's a PhD. Where is she? Bring her in. Hey, doctor. Doctor. Look at that. That's some doctor.
Right, now you
you're
want
a
to be
doctor.
examined, don't you?
Are you a doctor like Bill Cosby is a doctor like your PhD isn't? Look at that dress. What do you? Are those breast implants or are those yours?
Implants.
They are?
Yes.
Super.
That was part of her...
Is that part of your PhD? Ms. Robin, is that part of your PhD?
Actually, no. Although I got the breast implants and started my PhD program the same year.
Is that right?
Yes.
And you zoomed through, didn't you?
I did.
Now, when you say you're a PhD...
I should have 12 PhDs by now. I'm talking PhD in psychology from the University of California. I'm not talking I bought the degree.
Yeah.
And a PhD in what exactly?
Health psychology, research. I was trained to be a statistician, believe it or not.
Yeah, but that's not so hard being
a statistician, yes, it is.
Oh, statistician is hard, yeah. So you're real smart.
Well, I do all right.
Yeah? You seem kind of bright. What's the capital of New York?
The capital of New York is Albany.
All right, well, there you go.
Capitals, I'm okay. Oh, we have some questions.
We've had a lot of people who really screwed that question up.
I can imagine.
Some very bright people.
What temperature does water freeze at?
Oh, I don't know.
Me neither.
You know, you don't know that. Is that 32? I don't know.
I think it's 32 Fahrenheit or something. Or 0 Celsius.
That's very good.
Well, I was on Jeopardy once, and I didn't win, so that's...
But you got selected for Jeopardy?
Yes, I did.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah. You know, you take a test, it's kind of difficult.
You wearing stockings?
Pantyhose, yeah.
That is, what is pantyhose?
Yes.
Oh, those are pantyhose?
Yes.
What kind of shoes are you wearing? You wearing panties?
No.
She just passed the biggest intelligence test here.
Yes.
She took off her shoe to show it to you.
Yeah.
Hey, I listen to the show all the time. I know what goes on here.
All right, now listen to me. So that's some chest on you.
Thank
you.
How
tall are you?
5'10". Want to stand up?
I'm soaking you in. Yeah, you mind standing up? Let me take a look at you.
I don't mind standing
up. All right, let me look you over.
And you got about 3 inches of heel on there. She's about 6
baby.
feet tall now.
Oh, man, could I work you over, honey? Oh, baby.
Oh, don't get me excited.
Yeah, believe me. 2 seconds, it would be over.
That's what I wanted to talk to you about.
You could slow him down?
All right, now wait a second, though. Hold it.
I'm anybody down.
All right, now hold on. I'm interested in that.
Okay.
So, you're studying for your PhD, And then you become a sex surrogate?
No, actually, I was a surrogate partner before. I was a surrogate from 1980 through 1992, 12 years. I started college in 1980.
That's the greatest
Wait a
scam
minute.
going. That's legal hooking, if you
Now,
ask me.
did I read that right? Was she with Masters and Johnson or somebody?
No, I was with other sex therapists in California.
Well, check this out.
Trained based on a Masters and Johnson type of model.
So you're a guy and you're like bored with your wife and stuff. So you say to your wife, hey, maybe we need some
Sex therapy.
No, we need some marriage counseling and stuff. So you go to the doctor and stuff, and then you have your private session with the doctor. Tell me if I'm wrong.
You're wrong.
I am? All right. Believe me, I'm not. So you have your private session with the doctor, and you go, hey, having some sexual problems and stuff.
I'm not into it anymore.
Yeah. So instead they tell your wife, look, this isn't cheating. What you're going to do is this woman is going to retrain your husband to be more attentive in bed. Bingo. Now you can not only go to a hooker.
And how much does she get paid per session?
Who?
The surrogate.
So you guys get more than the shrink, right?
It's pretty equal.
Really?
Yes.
You're crazy. You could have done much better.
Think so?
No,
Really? Tell me
absolutely.
more.
How much did you get paid a session?
I used to make about $100 a session.
Really?
Yeah.
I'll give you
But
$150 right now.
Really?
Yeah, you're damn right I would.
I probably could do maybe a little bit better than that now. I don't know. But
Yeah, don't flatter
let me tell
yourself.
you, okay.
And how did you learn to have sex so well that you get to be the surrogate?
Well, now you're jumping ahead.
From the nuns in Catholic school.
Yeah.
No, I'll tell you first. Number one misconception: if a married couple goes to a
Wasn't
sex
that your radio
therapist-
name for a while? Misconception?
If a married couple comes in for sex therapy, the sex therapist is not going to put one or both of them with a surrogate partner. They're going to work together doing sensual and sexual exercises. A surrogate partner only works with people who don't have another partner, people
Okay.
who are single.
All right, fine.
So,
Yeah, all right.
So
Okay,
you
so
can't
you're some
throw
ugly
down
guy who can't
can't
score.
get it.
Okay, now we're
If I had known about this, in college, I would have been there every week.
If you didn't know about this in college, you would not be on the radio, and right now you'd be a different man.
Yeah, I'd be a different man, all right.
You'd be happy.
I'd be a happy man. I would have met you. So you go to the doctor, and it's really cool because instead of paying for a hooker, you can take it off on your medical insurance.
Right. The
Which is
government
really cool.
pays,
The
or
government pays. The Medicaid.
business, insurance company pays.
Yeah, that's the best.
Well, actually, the surrogates aren't licensed or credentialed or anything, so they can't bill insurance. So you really
Thank God. All right,
have
that's
to.
good.
At least your insurance company's not paying for it.
Oh, good.
So imagine she walks in, she's 5'10". What do you weigh?
130.
130 pounds. What are you, D cup?
C. 36
Yeah.
C.
36, 24, 36. Would I be
much,
close?
pretty much.
Yeah, imagine she walks
Well,
in.
let me ask something. Most of these guys must be wrecks.
Yeah. So you don't mind when these ugly guys mount you?
Well, okay, let me say that the girls who were on here before, we're dealing with the same population here.
Right,
Okay?
yeah.
I worked with people ages early 20s up through the 80s, mostly 50s, 60s, people who haven't had sex in maybe 5, 10, 15
Can you imagine
years.
this lot? So wait a second. Let me get this straight. You're a good-looking woman. You're a very, very sensuous woman. There's
Well,
no
you
question.
think I showed up for work looking like this? No way.
Well, you should. Why not?
Why
You're
did
paying
you have
$100.
to? These guys were desperate.
All right, so let me get this straight. You show up for work. Does the doctor stay in the room with you when you're having sex?
No.
No, okay. He leaves the room. You set up an appointment, right?
That's right.
Where do you meet? At a hotel?
No. The way we worked is I worked for a therapist who had rooms within his office building where, his office complex there where there were treatment rooms that had a bed. So the client and the therapist and I would meet together for half an hour and discuss the exercises that we were going to do.
I like that. Now,
Sounds like
show
the
me some
same deal we
exercises.
heard about
Can I do some exercises with you?
Actually, you could because we started out with things.
Come on over here and let's do some exercise.
You want me to come over there?
Do you mind coming over here?
No, I don't mind coming over there at all. I'd love to.
All right.
I'd love to approach the bench.
Can you come over here on all fours? No, that's just my scene, all right?
Part of the exercise.
That's right. So you mean college guys never came to you, like chipped in like fraternity brothers? No.
And you do the whole
For their birthday? You do the whole crew. All right, come over here and teach me how to, teach me what you showed. You show me an exercise.
Okay,
Because
we
I'm not.
started with like either a hand caress or a face caress.
Well, come over and show me.
You
mean
Do you
people
mind?
No, I don't mind a bit.
I mean, after all the repulsive guys
You
you've
know-
been with, I'm not that bad.
You know what?
You're a sex symbol.
Am I that bad?
No, you're not that bad. Howard, I'll tell you what, I've
I'm a
seen
sex
you-
symbol.
picture now. I consider you attractive. I mean, I know there's no
Really?
for taste, but I always thought you were kind of, you had a
Well,
little
look at what
quality.
she's looked at.
Yeah, I mean, compared to who you've been with, it's not exactly a.
That's not the highest compliment you could have paid.
Yeah. All right, come here and do exercises with me. I want to learn. By the way, you look great in Playboy. Hey, and by the way, I can see right up your dress. You are not wearing panties.
I told you I'm wearing pantyhose, not panties.
Let me look some more.
Okay.
Oh, that turns me on, baby. I wish you weren't wearing any stockings for our exercise session. All right. Now, where do you come over here?
Yes.
You need a chair, or do you sit on the client's lap?
Now, in the first session,
We
you don't
usually would
climb
lie
right
down.
into the
You
lap.
what?
We would usually lie down.
Oh, we would.
Yes. So I don't know if we can arrange that.
You can make that happen.
I can make that happen.
Where's your little
Gary,
pad?
get in here and make that happen. Where's my? You mind laying on a pad on the floor?
That's fine with me.
Really? Oh, whoa! This is going to be great.
This is school, Howard. This is therapy.
Is this true? Look how tall you are. Hey, hug me hello. Oh, she's in love.
I am. You're my idol.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, good. This is going to be a good training session. And what is the goal here? You're going to teach me to be a better lover?
I'm going to teach you sensuality, what we call sensate focus, how to really pay attention to exactly what you're feeling.
Gary, bring me some breath mint so my breath is extra sweet and fresh for this. All right. Now, here's our pad.
Focus is what you're going to learn.
You to take off your shirt, because then I can do your back.
Is that part of the session?
It could be.
Really?
Take off your shirt.
Well, I haven't been working out for a couple of days, but...
She doesn't care. She was with 80-year-olds.
Could I encourage you to take off your shirt for this?
You could encourage me, but we'll have to talk about that later.
All right. Well, that sounds like no. Robin, lend me 20, will you? All right, allow me to take my shirt off. I'll remove my headphones.
All right.
My physique is quite impressive.
Oh, my.
How do I look? Do I look horrible?
No, you look great.
Yeah, sure. All right. Better than the old
All right,
slug.
first of all, you need a diagnosis. What's wrong with your patient?
Now, come on. How bad? Am I that bad?
No.
I'm not that bad?
I think you look great.
Are you turned on at all?
Yes.
All right, okay. Here, can I make this into my pillow?
Yes.
What is his diagnosis, though? She's been listening to you for a long time talk about your sex life. What does she think of your sex life?
Oh, forget that.
No, I want to hear.
Have you've listened for a long time to
Yes,
the show?
I have.
And by the way,
Vanilla.
this is not cheating, right? Because you're a sex therapist.
That's right.
Right. So, I love this. I love it. No guilt.
Well, go on. Ask her what she diagnoses you as.
Yeah, what do you diagnose me as? You've heard me for a long time.
Yes, I have. And, I think the psychological profile in the back of your book written by those two shinks, they are so off the mark. It's incredible.
Really?
Completely off the mark.
What do you say?
I say the perfect example of what we call an anal expulsive personality.
Thank you.
Anal expulsive.
And speaking of anal expulsive, I'm sorry, I did not mean to let loose gas in the room before our session, Doctor.
That's perfectly all right.
All right, now this is going to be...
Very tolerant, very accepting.
Do you find my body attractive?
Yes, I do.
All right, so go ahead. Yes, you were saying that I am anal expulsive.
Yes, that's right.
Excuse me.
Someone who's, creative, scatological.
Scatological.
Whatever.
Doctor, go ahead. Yes.
Okay.
All right. Okay. I'm trying to prove my superiority.
Whatever.
Go ahead.
Right. You noticed in Playboy that I said I liked a man with a large vocabulary, so that that does excite me when you use big words like that.
But what about the problems he has in bed?
What about my problems in bed? Do I have problems?
Well, from reading your book, I think premature ejaculation.
That's not exactly true. But
okay.
I must
you
say,
lied?
no.
Why, to make yourself look good?
No, I never said that I was a premature ejaculator.
She's telling you are.
Quickly.
No,
Do you consider it a problem?
Of course, it's a problem. It's a problem for my wife, not for me. You know what I'm saying? As long as I'm satisfied, what do I care? Believe me, no amount of work on my wife is going to satisfy her anyway.
Oh, stop it.
Well, I doubt that.
All right, so you're saying that maybe I could be a more sensitive lover.
Well, I'm not even talking sensitive. I'm talking about the book, How to Make Love All Night, Male Multiple Orgasm. I'm talking about learning to be more responsive. Rather
well,
than
teach
just
me something already. All I'm hearing is talk.
Well,
Show
wait
me
a minute.
something.
I got to find out what this male
Why all the
multiple
foreplay?
orgasm is.
Why don't you?
Does that mean...
There's no such thing as male multiple orgasm. Now, I'm sorry, doctor. Go ahead.
Why don't you lie down?
Or should I lay down on my back?
On your stomach.
On my stomach?
Yes, I'm going to...
She doesn't want to look at you.
No, she doesn't want to look at me. Yes, doctor.
I think you'll like this.
Hey, doctor, let me just... Now, what are you doing, doctor?
Jackie's going to get up for this lesson.
It's called a sensate focus caress on your back.
Oh, really? Now,
Yes.
doctor, when you do this, can you get close to this microphone?
I can try. Wait.
What, side by side?
Yeah.
Is she on her stomach, too?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, on your stomach.
Howard, let the doctor
What?
do it.
Oh. I was just working on her a little bit. Go ahead.
You're doing great so far.
Yeah,
Okay.
go ahead.
Now, you need to really relax all your back.
Yeah, go ahead, baby.
Okay. Good. Perfect. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Now,
I'm already
what I
turned
want
on.
you to do is
Yeah.
I want you to just focus on exactly what you're feeling. If you get distracted, just bring your mind back to exactly where you're being touched.
I am so turned on, doctor. I am completely turned on.
You're just not focusing.
Now, this is a nonverbal caress. I know that's going to be tough.
Yeah, what is it?
Shut up is what she's saying.
Yeah, but I got to talk, doctor.
I
I'm
know,
on the
it's
radio.
tough. It's on the radio,
talking.
right?
Yeah, I mean,
you know what I'm going to do?
What are you going to
See,
do?
we normally do this with the hands, but I'm going to go ahead and just do it with my hair to make it a little bit easier here.
Yeah, do
in
it,
this
doc.
enclosed space.
You're going to do it with your hair?
Yeah.
Which hair?
Oh, my head.
On your head? Go ahead.
Oh, my.
Oh, you're running your hair up and down my back, doctor. Oh, doctor. You know
Now,
what?
what does that do?
When do we get to the sex?
Session 10.
Oh, man.
See? Oh, wow. I dig this. You doing that with your hair?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, doctor. Want to go on vacation
Do
with
you
me?
really like that, Howard?
Yeah. Yeah, I like it. I like
Okay, what do you think? That's the idea.
That's
Only
it?
we can, if you were my client, we'd continue this for about 20 minutes.
Are you rubbing your hair on my back?
Right, and then we'd switch.
I'd rape you.
And then we'd switch, and you would do the same for me.
Oh, I get to rub my hair on your back?
That's right.
All right. Okay, let's do that. I'd like to try that. I dig this stuff. I was making fun of your degree.
Yeah.
I apologize. I apologize, doctor. Do you want me to unzip this dress?
Not really, but if you want to.
All right. Well, I can't rub my hair on your back if, Oh, yeah. I got a dress off. I got the doctor's dress off. Hey, guys, I got the doctor's dress off.
Go for it.
Hold on, doctor. Here I go. I'm going to rub my hair. Do I have to use the hair on my head?
Yeah.
All right. If you insist. Here I go, Robin.
All right.
Cure yourself out.
Oh.
What are you doing?
I'm doing sensuous kissing.
So you're not doing it right.
Great.
How am I doing, doctor?
You're doing wonderful for your first lesson.
Yeah, baby.
You've got a lot of potential.
You need your butt massage?
Not right now.
No?
You're going to get arrested.
Hey, that was good. I liked it, doctor. I better zip up your dress, huh?
I appreciate it. Thanks.
Yeah. Baby. So that's it? That's what you do with guys?
But you'd have to be quiet for that entire 20 minutes?
And now I'm not a premature ejaculator?
No.
What?
We start with that.
Oh, I see. Then what do we do?
And then each session we would progress to caressing the front of the body, caressing the genitals, doing some oral
Really?
sex, and then working on helping you last longer.
Really?
With an exercise called peaking, where you let your arousal go up in a series.
Really? Ooh.
What was that? You're making noise. I couldn't hear that part.
You don't want to hear this. The doctor. Wow, doctor. I like it. I like learning about sex.
So now you're going to enroll.
Yeah. I want to do more. I want to learn more. I've never wanted to learn before that much. All that is, that's like going to a hooker without feeling guilty, I think.
Well, yeah.
But that's cool to me. I mean, I like it.
Why did you give it up?
Hold on, here's your mic. Jackie's in a coma.
Yeah, he's still in the lesson.
Yeah, Jackie, help me out, will you? Get lost.
Set of phones is mine.
Right there.
Hey, doctor, that was great.
Now, what did you just teach him?
Nothing. Who cares? I was down on the floor rolling around with her. I had her dress off. Who cares what she taught me? You actually care what she taught me?
I want to know what that was.
So you
Robin,
did?
what this is about is learning a process called Sensei Focus. Of course, I, obviously like joking around a lot with it here. But when I was...
You mean there are people who don't know how to do that, how to lay there?
Hey, can I be honest? I did not know that I could rub my hair on her back.
Oh, please.
There are people who
I never
don't
imagined.
know how to be sensuous. They're performance-oriented.
Thank you.
They just can't. They can't function at all. They can't...
Baby, let me tell you
really
something.
tense.
Let me tell you something, doctor.
Baby.
Let me tell you something.
Dr. Baby.
Dr. Baby, I can focus on you. Trust me.
Oh, my.
Now, are you going to go home and try that with your wife?
No, I have no
Ask
interest in
her
doing that to my wife. I want to try it on the doctor.
On your back?
No, I'm not going to sit there and rub my hair on my wife's back. She'll throw me out of the bed. No, of course not. That's stupid. My wife, I pull off her clothes and I get on top of her, and that's the end of it. What am I going to do? Sit there and rub her back with my hair?
What are you doing?
I'm in the middle of trying to make a living. I'm a busy man. Because I've had her 25 million times.
That's the whole thing. That people don't take enough time.
Meanwhile, are you married? Are you married? No.
I am.
You're busy with different sex partners. Multiple sex partners because you get bored easily. Because you got a hot little body on you and you love using it on
Well,
people.
don't even give me a chance to answer. I'm separated from my second husband.
Yeah,
right
no
now.
kidding.
Things are not going well.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, what the heck happened?
Her relationships are in the death. That's some doctor.
Lord, you don't even want to know.
What happened this time? You didn't focus?
No, he broke up with me.
Did you rub your hair on his back?
Yes.
Yeah, that'll keep a man. Because, listen, as good as you are at sex, and let me tell you something, my darling, I am sure you are tops in that department. Guy gets bored after a while. You know it. You know how men
I
are.
agree, and I get bored, too.
Exactly. So you know exactly what I'm talking
Well,
about.
then, never mind.
So in other words, sex therapy is a lot of
She didn't know
crap.
any more than anybody else.
Exactly. She knows the same thing I do.
No, you know what I'll tell you? I've treated a lot of clients over the years. You know, I worked for 12 years and saw some basket cases, as you're talking about, and people that you would have thought, you
losers.
know, there is no way that they will ever, you know, be able to function at all. And
Quiet, Fred's in the room.
I wasn't naming any names.
Yeah, well,
I mean, they did
everyone
great.
knows who you're talking about.
You know,
Everyone
and
knows.
I helped a lot of people with that, so I feel good about that.
Yeah, well, let me tell you something. The doctor does look great.
Yes.
In this issue of Playboy, the spread is called "The Doctor's In." In one picture, she's sitting there with her legs crossed. Next one, she immediately takes her top off. She's showing off her breast implants. Another one, she's laying on the carpet with her butt in the air. Then she's bent over the desk with her butt in the air. What, the one with her butt in the air? Here,
Can we turn that around?
Yeah, let everyone see. I'm sorry, I'm hogging the picture. Here, everybody. There, see? There she is with her butt in the air.
Doctor.
Nice, huh? Yeah, doctor is in.
That's right.
And here's one, she's just laying on the bed showing you everything.
Yeah, I think that's my favorite.
No shame whatsoever.
None. And I wasn't raised like that.
Look at that.
Let us focus on that.
You guys want to focus?
If Jackie wants to practice,
How's that,
then
pal?
say to focus.
Not nice?
Jackie,
nice,
rub your hair
huh?
on me. I love my hair.
You always shave down like that?
Yeah.
Interesting. Looks like a
Landing strip.
landing strip.
Yeah.
That's your thing, huh?
Yes, it is.
So you're free for dates?
Yes.
Super.
Funny, Allison was just asking the same question.
Is that right?
Not with married
Wait
men,
till
though.
I tell the good thing about my wife that I've learned some new techniques. Hi, honey.
I suggest.
I went to the.
I've heard everything.
Honey, I went to sex therapy school today, and I know some new things that are really going to turn you on.
Oh, yeah, I'm very turned on right now.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, the doctor taught me a lot about myself.
Howard.
She said it's wrong for me just to jump on top of you.
I'm trying to encourage him to take a little bit more time and be more sensuous. Really take more time to make love.
Yeah, meanwhile, she's been divorced twice.
I heard.
Exactly, honey. You know how to hold a man. You should be a sex therapist.
That's right.
My wife knows how to hold a man. She's held.
She got her hands clamped tight around that wallet.
Yeah, she sure does. Anyway, the doctor's coming over tonight to help us.
Howard.
She'll be spending the evening with you in bed first, and then me in bed. So it's going to be like sex school over at the Stern House.
The problem that we have,
Yeah.
Let's hear it.
because when we do it, it's wonderful.
This is Blame Howard session. We have sex once a month.
I don't think we do it enough. No,
We don't do it at all.
That's everybody's problem. Everybody, you know,
Because she's sick of me.
having enough sex.
Listen, doctor, even you know this. My wife's had me for 22 years.
But
He says you're sick of him, Allison.
It's not that long.
Yeah, it is. It seems like 22 years.
No, it's only 20 years.
All right, 20 years. But to me, it seems like 22. I mean, I gotta go on record saying that.
Well, thank you very much.
Oh, stop it. Are you kidding me? Every time I'm with you, it's like a new experience.
Because you haven't done it so long.
I forgot what it was like the last time. Doc, you ever do any lesbians? Can you teach women how to be lesbians?
Not how to be lesbians, but I have worked with women, you know, teaching them how to use vibrators, how to become orgasmic, things like that.
Can you teach my wife?
Sounds like she's not having any problem with that.
Oh, yes, she is.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she's very uptight. Yeah, she's real uptight about me being with some of the girls on the show. And stuff.
I can see that.
She won't let me have sex with other women. I got to
Now,
liberate
what
her.
are some of the things couples should be doing at this point? They've been together 20 years.
Oh,
What should they
please.
be up to?
They should, what they should be up to is just lucky they're breathing. No.
We happen to have a wonderful sex life when we have sex.
Hey, can you take my wife for those breast implants like you got?
I'd be happy to recommend a doctor, but, you know, if she doesn't want them, then...
Well, who cares if she wants them? Just sedate her and put them in.
It's funny. My ex-husband talked me into getting these.
Yeah? And what, you're sorry you got them? You're showing them off on
wrong,
Playboy.
Wrong.
You love them.
It's the best thing that ever happened to me, believe me.
Yeah.
So he paid for them and everything. I was really happy with it. Whoever invented these, thank you.
What were you, an A cup?
I was like a minus A.
Really?
I was like flat as a board.
Super looking. God bless you. They're gorgeous. Gorgeous. And there's nothing wrong with that. You wanted to please your man.
Actually,
Exactly.
for myself, selfishly.
Sure.
Really, I'm just wondering about, you know, a long-term married couple. Should they be experimental?
No.
Well, a lot of people
It'll
like
kill
to,
my wife.
A lot of people like to experiment with, you know, adding things like a third person, the novelty or whatever. But
I'm up for that.
I always recommend that people learn to explore their own bodies. For example, women can become very, very highly orgasmic.
I don't have that problem.
With
Well, when are you exploring your
a lot
body?
of different
What are
positions.
you talking about?
Oh, when I'm at work?
Yes.
Robin's facial expression over there, she's like all fascinated.
Teach my wife to cover her teeth.
And that lesson she missed.
There's a lesson I have been unable to teach her.
Low.
What do you mean low?
That was low.
Yeah, try being me. What's that, honey?
You're very satisfied with me.
Oh, yeah. I am. I love you.
Okay, then.
You're terrific. Are you crazy? How do you think you held on to me? The way you are in bed, believe me, you would kill me if you did it more than once a month. I couldn't handle it. It's like a dynamo. You're with my wife once. You don't have it again for another month.
You don't have the strength.
Yeah, you don't have the strength. You're terrific, honey. Don't you worry about that. See,
I'm really not worried.
So a lot of times the guys married 20 years, you would come over and teach them how to be with another woman.
No, not necessarily.
In bed. But you could. A third partner.
I could, but
you could?
that's where I think that's
I'm
where a lot
interested in
of
learning
people,
that.
I think that's where a lot of people make a mistake, is they look outside the relationship to try and make the sex better.
You're doing great.
That's not what I meant when I said experimental.
What?
I didn't mean another party.
Well, hey, the doctor brought it up.
You two doing wild things with each other.
Let me tell you something. Anything that's going to happen has happened already between me and my wife. There's nothing new going to be happening.
That's not true. You told me she did something new the other week.
I heard that too.
Yeah, she did it.
He has such a story on the radio, and he acts completely different when we're alone.
Yeah.
He gets up, he can't even move when we're done.
Yeah. All right, listen. I love you very much. That's all the world needs to know, and that's it. That's all. And I'm going to be with the doctor learning more so I can be a better lover.
Keep your hands to yourself.
Oh, stop it. You're being childish.
Examine breast today when you come home. And
I'm going to check you for cancer.
I'm not letting you near me.
Doctor, may I check you for cancer?
I just checked. I don't have it.
Oh, you did get checked? Too bad. Who checked you?
I checked myself.
Oh, you did? It's much better if someone else checks you. To be honest. I learned. Hey, didn't I learn today how to check?
That's
Seriously,
right.
I really did.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Oh, am I happy about this radio show?
Hey, I'm doing a public service. All right, honey. I love you.
Goodbye.
Come on, stop
I love
it.
you,
I love you. You see? That's all. All right. Thank you. No problem there. Now I want to go home. My wife asked me 37 questions what I did with the sex therapist.
Uh-huh.
I don't mean to come in between you and your relationship, Howard.
Hey, you know what?
I try and keep people
Screw
together.
that. You helped me today. You taught me something. You taught me I could take my hair and rub it on someone's back.
Very sensuous.
Thank you.
Done in the right environment.
When you were rubbing my back?
27 people watching might not be the right
When
environment.
you were rubbing my back?
Yes.
I got completely stimulated.
Did you really?
Yeah. Thank you, doctor. Look for the doctor's pictures in Playboy.
Yes.
She's in there. Not often you get to see a doctor.
Well, it's not like a medical doctor.
Well, whatever.
Not often you get to see a PhD, though.
Right, a PhD, a bona fide
But
PhD.
I think it is the first there.
Yes, it is. So, and congratulations. And also your book is How to Make Love All Night and Drive
Maybe
a Woman
you ought
Wild.
to take that home, Howard.
Yeah.
I think you should.
Yeah, and I'll throw it right in the garbage.
Oh, really?
Barbara Kiesling.
Oh, don't even say
well,
that.
please, what am I going to do? Make love to my wife all night? I got nothing better to do?
Wouldn't you like to have multiple orgasms?
You give me a new girlfriend. You give me a new girlfriend. I'll be up all night.
If you could have multiple orgasms, I
Just
bet
like a
you'd
woman
be
can.
wild for
There's
sex.
no such thing as a male multiple
there
orgasm.
is.
Yeah, I mean, if you stay up all night, you could have a couple of orgasms.
No.
Yeah.
What I'm talking about is that orgasm and ejaculation are two separate things. If you learn how to delay ejaculation.
Oh, I see what you're saying. You're saying, doctor, you are saying that a man in his mind.
No. I'm saying in his
doctor,
body.
You're saying in his body?
Yes.
All right.
I'm saying that just the same way a woman can have, one of those
multiple
earthquakes
orgasms,
and then the aftershocks and all.
A
of
man can have that,
or a man can have several, every 10 minutes or so for a couple.
Help
me out here, guys. Anybody done this?
If you had 1 inch like I did, you'd be lucky to have one orgasm. Let me tell you something. I don't know who you're talking
No,
about.
I have taught hundreds of men
Really?
to do this.
Well, teach me to do that after the show.
Incredibly small.
Size doesn't matter. Age doesn't matter. None of this
Really? You're my
matters.
kind of girl.
I believe I can teach any man how to prolong lovemaking and have multiple orgasms.
Good for you. Well, God bless you then. I'll buy the book. Barbara Kiesling, PhD.
That's right.
And she's in Playboy this month as well. All right, we're going to take a break, and then when I get back, I'm going to shower with all three girls that are here now. Right after these words.
You're listening to the Howard Stern Show. Stay right there. 97.1. The Eagle.
8:14 at the Eagle. This is Brad Baxter. Eagle weather.
The Eagle. You're listening to the Howard Stern Show. Once again, Howard Stern.
This is Dominic calling. Even though you say you have no friends, I am your friend. I want to see how you feel. You feel okay? I just called to say hello and hope you're feeling better. Goodbye.
Goodbye. This microphone's driving me nuts. I mean, it really is. Okay. Can't see anything on my right side. It's blocking it. Can barely see you.
Does it work better when you're with a guest?
I don't think so. All right. Anyway, I got a bunch of junk to talk about. Should I talk about the latest of what's going on in Cleveland? We have new information.
I would like to know.
Because you know that more indictments have been handed down.
I don't think anybody else knows that.
I think I exhausted the OJ topic this morning and the sex topic this morning.
We don't have to do any more sex for a while.
Yeah. Till Friday when we do the painting of the breast. You know, I did a couple of really groundbreaking things today, actually, and I've been thinking about it.
What's that?
I figured out that by being trained on how to give breast exams, that's not cheating. And then if you have a sexual surrogate in here who's teaching you how to be a better lover to your wife, that's not cheating either.
Well, the breast exam thing is brilliant because that's how they show it on Oprah and national TV. That's how women get to take their tops off because it's medical.
Yeah, I examined 2 women. See, if I didn't say I'm painting green on St. Patty's Day,
you couldn't touch people either.
Right. But if I said I was doing breast exams, I could touch anybody.
Should I get the back of the Inquirer and get you a doctor's degree?
Well, I'm now certified by that woman to do breast exams. I found the perfect loophole. I can't believe I can do a breast exam now.
We can examine first and then paint second.
You know, I was thinking about it, too. You have offered breast exams to women over the years, and nobody has ever taken you up on it, and today you got 2.
Well, in all fairness, I understand why women didn't want me to examine their chests because...
You weren't trained?
I wasn't trained at all. I mean, that was an obvious scam.
Uh-huh.
But now that I've been trained...
The scam isn't so obvious.
Yeah. Thank you. So, you know, if anybody ever needs an examination, feel free.
Well, maybe on Friday, instead of painting green, maybe you could...
Maybe we go right to the exam.
Paint green the areas where you think are the danger zones.
Yeah, checking for lumps. Well, I'll do my breast examination with green paint on my hand.
Exactly.
All right. So you can see where I check for lumps, and that'll be that'll be really good. Yeah, I'm onto something here. Can we book more sexual surrogates to teach me more stuff that I can do with my wife?
Hey, you know who's coming in on Friday? Remember that girl Uzo?
Yeah.
The one that was in love with you? She's coming to get painted.
The black chick?
Yeah.
I like her. She's coming to get painted?
Yes.
I've never painted a black woman.
I know.
You haven't? I didn't know.
No, they're very exciting. Does she have to be checked for breast cancer?
I'm sure of it. She's very young and should be checked often.
You know what's really weird I've learned? You could check someone for cancer, and 3 minutes later they could get the cancer, and you have to check them again.
This is why you have to check early and often.
And often.
And you know why? Because we have to keep ourselves clean from lawsuits.
Right. We want to make sure that all the women
If we check someone and let them walk out of here, they've got cancer.
Sometimes you have to do additional tests. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
In order to avoid the lawsuit.
If I could get trained in pap smear, I'm telling you something, I think I could be having...
Home free.
Home free.
How long is it till you say, Gary, wheel the table in?
Yeah. Where's my gynecological table?
For my tools.
My tools. I know, like, a lot of single guys have gynecological tables in their homes.
No.
Yeah, they do stuff to girls. Yeah, I know 2 guys.
Who are these guys you know? Introduce me to them, please.
I know one guy.
Crispin Glover.
Crispin Glover has them. I don't know if he's doing stuff to girls with it.
But he does have it.
He does have a gynecological table. But I know guys who actually have them. I know a guy. He was sort of with like a Vegas showgirl, and he had her. And this guy had done everything to everyone. He didn't know he was just the kinkiest guy. So one time, he's with this girl, and there's a potted plant in the room. He rips the potted plant out of the planter.
Yeah.
Takes the roots and starts beating her with the roots because he's kinky. He paid for it.
What do you call that?
I don't know. I'm just telling you. I know a lot of weird guys. I know a lot of guys having a lot of fun.
That hasn't been named yet?
Yeah.
That's insane. They better not name that.
I'm doing a whole show on it next week. Guys who beat their women with potted plants on the next Howard. On the next Howard.
If you beat your women with plant roots,
yeah.
mine?
I don't know, man. Guy was a weird dude.
Yeah, I mean, what? He was looking around the room and just ripped the plant out.
Yeah.
Get you with something.
Gary knows who did it.
Yeah, I know the guy.
Yeah.
The root, not
root.
even the potted plant.
But it was like a big, it was like one of those trees you get,
Like a
and
palm
he
tree.
ripped out the palm tree and just like set it.
That's not sex. That's a ritual.
Yeah. Well, hey, but he paid for it. I mean, it wasn't like it was consenting.
Was this like a hotel? Somebody
Yeah.
had to come in there and
Yeah.
see the potted plant
Yeah.
and all the dirt flying all over the place.
But the guy was really inventive. He was like, "What can I do?"
Oh. Man.
The funny part was that the woman really enjoyed it.
Did she? Yeah. I hadn't heard that part.
How did you know?
Yeah, he knows. He knows the guy
He
too.
was holding down.
Yeah, I mean, he didn't interview the woman. He's only hearing it from the guy.
What was she saying? She really dug it?
Yeah, she was going, like, oh, that's great, more.
Really?
She was being paid.
Yeah. Well, you shouldn't have to say. No one was paying her to say more.
Yeah, probably. Just to make it good so he gets hired again.
Didn't hurt her tip.
No.
Yeah.
Where do you leave the chambermaid for something like that?
I dig guys. I think guys who come up with cool stuff.
Yeah, well, I hope one of them dates a daughter of yours.
Yeah, good. I'll blow his head off.
Robert, you bring everything to a halt.
Why don't you just mellow out over there?
You're saying how great it is.
It's great for other things. Other people.
We never did it to anybody's daughter.
Right.
Right.
These are just hookers. All right. Well, I think we've exhausted that. Anyway, should I tell you what's going on in Cleveland? Or there was something else I wanted to talk about. I didn't even take any phone calls.
Sue Simmons, you want to talk
Yeah,
about
we got to do
the Sue Simmons thing. Well, I can get that over with quick.
Yeah.
We all bet $20 again to guess how many mistakes Sue Simmons would make in the first break of the newscast. Now, I watched the newscast last night.
So
and
did I.
I think they purposely didn't give her anything to do. Because everything was OJ and it was long, like, pre-recorded pieces.
Right. All she had to do was hand off to some reporter who talked forever.
Yeah, and she was maybe it's my imagination, but Sue was reading super slow and careful.
She was stretching the words out loud.
It was like, good evening. My name is Sue Simmons. So she's hearing about our betting, and someone over there has gotten to her. So I'm losing a lot of money every day.
Because another one of those strange Long Island names came up last night. She read it perfectly.
Yeah, I mean, in a bizarre way, we're helping her by betting on how many mistakes she'll make.
I said we do the whole show, man. Just the whole show.
You see, that's good. She can't rehearse for that.
Better.
Yeah.
Or an even better idea is for us to just pick a day and not talk about it on the air because it seems like
but that's no fun.
She's really
Yeah, we got to make
The 11 o'clock newscast, there was so much intricate scientific stuff, and she didn't fumble.
Yeah, well, she knows
even
the
a
spotlight's
little
on her.
No, but Howard, the whole thing, Billy saw the whole show. He said that she made, 3 mistakes the whole show.
Yeah, she made mistakes later on.
Later
in the
on,
show.
after the
after the bet was over.
So is it fair to say that she made 0 mistakes yesterday?
It is. I watched it.
Did anyone bet 0?
No.
Nobody's ever taken 0. That's the one mistake we've made.
Yeah, well, because everyone knows Sue makes tons of mistakes. All right. So anyway, here's my point. Since we already have our money up, let's just roll it over. Unless you guys want to put an additional 20 on it.
But if we're gonna,
We should do the whole show, and
if we do the whole show, then we have to make new picks because obviously, if I was going to pick one,
I'll keep mine the same.
I'm going to keep mine, too. How many's yours?
I think I'm at 4.
I'm at 5.
Wait a second, John. It's in my top drawer. Go get it.
Although for the whole hour, she can't possibly maintain.
And then once you stumble once, it's it opens the floodgates.
Pressure's on.
And you know what? She's done good for 2 times, but this is the 3rd time. She's
overdue.
Also, do we want to count the promo that leads into the news?
Yes.
Because apparently, that's her worst moment.
Okay. Yeah, she gets all nervous because she only has 10 seconds.
Yeah. So we're going to start with the promo at 1:05.
Yes.
And go till the 6 o'clock news start.
Absolutely. That's right.
Okay.
That's
All right. So what we had was Howard had 4, Fred had 5, Gary had 1, Jackie 3, Robin 2, Billy 1, and John Melendez had 6.
Well, I don't want to stay at 2 for a whole hour.
I might stay with 6.
I'll stay at 3.
I'll stay at 4. I'm thinking maybe I should go a little higher, but
I'm changing mine to 4.
Oh, great. So I got to split the pot with you?
Okay, I'll change it to 3.
Yeah, thank you.
Doesn't matter.
I'm changing mine to 5.
Okay.
That
Who
would
else
be
has
sharing
5?
with Fred.
I have 5.
Actually, you know what? I'm changing mine to 6 because I think once she goes,
You know
she
what?
goes.
I don't
I
think
think we
you're
ought to
stupid.
put in another 20.
And I'm including
Yeah.
the promo.
I think we should put in another
Yeah.
20.
I'll put another 20.
I'll put in another 20. Everyone up for it?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's make it a little more interesting.
Okay, so Howard, you're at 4, Freddie at 5, Gary at 6, Jackie at 3, Robin at 5, Billy West.
You know what? I want to make it 7 because she went crazy after the betting zone. Her tongue just fell out of her head.
Yeah, she could go off. I mean, she could do as much.
she could run up a 20 or something.
She could do as much as 25.
Yeah.
I mean, I've seen her, when they give her a word like asphyxiate, I think what's going on, they're being extra nice to her, not giving her words like asphyxiate.
They're watching all the words and everything.
Yeah.
Huh?
I changed my game.
I gave. So how big is the pot now?
It should be $200.
240. Yeah, because it's
I'll tell you what happens. I'll tell you what happens with Sue Simmons.
That's 280.
Like, she goes over, when she knows we're watching and we're counting mistakes, like, she sees the word asphyxiate, and then what she does is she goes into the newsroom, because she has a certain amount, she can change certain words. She goes, and today it was found that the firefighter couldn't breathe so good. You know what I mean? They changed stuff.
Right. To make it easy.
Hey, can you break this?
Yep.
It's 100.
There you go.
So I got on a roll in Atlantic City, so I'm walking around with some cash.
Send her a cut.
I'm not sending her anything. It's already cost me a lot of money.
And Robin will get you later.
Okay.
As usual.
She paid up yesterday.
Did she?
Yeah.
Good.
Hey, Howard, have you seen the hot blonde that NBC has on from L.A. doing the OJ trial?
Yes. Perez.
You're talking about NBC's coverage? Yeah, I've seen her. Perez. She's Perez like I'm Perez. Right. She has peroxide.
But do you notice
Perez.
how she everything she speaks in a perfect accent until she gets to her name?
Yeah, Perez.
Perez.
Yeah, I hate that when they all go like, I am, Miguel Tejada Flores.
It's like Castilian pronunciation of the word.
Perez. That's like everyone on The Real World has to call that guy Pedro.
Yeah.
Pedro.
With an F.
Pedro.
Yeah. He's like, Pedro. They don't know how to speak any Spanish, but all of a sudden he's Pedro. That's the guy who died from AIDS, Pedro. What is it, Ralph?
Can I get in on this?
What, the 20? You got to put up $40, though.
I got 40.
What? But it depends what number you're taking. No one wants you taking their number.
Right. Does anybody have 3?
Yeah.
Jackie, you have to ask Jackie's permission.
No, you can't have 3.
Why would Jackie want to put up another 20 to have you come in and take his number?
All right. You've got your choices are 1, 0, 1, 2, or anything above 8 and above. 0, 1, 2, or 8 and above. Maybe 2. $40.
It's a good number, Ralph.
Go ahead, put it in.
What the heck?
All right. What are you buying a condo? He's just like, I don't know.
I'm thinking.
They think there's some science to this.
Yeah, like Sue Simmons is a study in science.
So you took 2, Ralph? Yeah.
Dude, are you high today?
No.
You are too. Get out of here. Get out.
I'm not high. Why are you saying I'm high? I don't come to work high.
No.
You call this work?
Work. He comes in, he blows my hair out and goes home. All right, get out. Take your money out of your hands and get out. All right. You want me to talk about Cleveland? Or let me take a phone call, then I'll take a break, and then I'll talk about Cleveland, because we got some big news coming out of Cleveland. There's some action going on.
I want a complete explanation.
Am I on schedule, Gary? Am I messing
You're doing great.
Okay, we're on the air. I mean, you're on the air. We've already been on the air. Way too long. You're on the air.
Hello.
Hey, Dad.
Hey, how you doing? Listen, I got a question.
I'm doing good now that the sexual surrogate taught me stuff about my inner...
Did you really get excited, overly excited, because she was brushing her hair on you?
No, the hair didn't do it for me. When she touched me with her hand on my back, I got aroused.
Oh.
Hey, I don't get touched a lot.
All she did was touch your back?
Yeah. I'm on fire.
Good.
I walk around aroused. I know. You know what? I'm as virile as I was in second grade. You know, when the teachers
you
play to the board?
You were virile in second grade?
I was constantly aroused.
In second grade?
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. I'm a highly sexual being.
That's ridiculous.
Who doesn't get any sex.
Hey, look out.
And OJ's killing people. I should be killing people.
Second grade is your latent period.
There's a guy getting laid 24 hours a day.
Got problems.
And he's killing people.
He's got a backlog of women waiting.
Yeah.
Had a good time.
Paula Barbieri can't wait for him to get out of jail.
Well, he was already on the phone with another playmate that he was working on. He already had Paula.
Right.
He was on the phone with the other playmate in Maryland, working her so that she'd be ready in a couple of weeks.
Yeah. It happens.
So he had them lining up.
OJ says it happens.
It happens.
Go for it, OJ.
Quite often.
Hey, Howard.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
I was just wondering, when is the OJ interview you had last week going to be on E?
Oh, yeah, we're working on that. It's going to be real funny.
Because I got to tape that. Because just me and a friend of mine were listening to it, and we, told everybody about it.
Hey, Scott, because it's real funny because Gorilla plays O.J., and he comes in the O.J. head, and gestures and stuff like O.J., and then, starts waving a knife around. And it's pretty funny. Hey, Einziger, come in here and tell us when. Gorilla, world's worst actor, even with the O.J. mask.
It's not scheduled, but we're working on it.
Yeah, what's the delay, dude? I mean, what are you working on?
We're working on a lot of stuff.
Yeah, I know, but why not get that rushed on? I mean, it's sort of topical. And
I'll get it on next week for you.
All right.
You know Steve Grillo is taking acting lessons? He was a bad actor?
What?
He's taking an acting course in that
Now?
college of his, yeah. He was showing me one of his
Gorilla, get in here.
exercises the other day.
I want to see it. I want to see his exercise.
Yeah, he's got this thing. He was a monologue. He was supposed to memorize it.
Oh, I got to hear this. You're taking acting lessons? Dude, you can't even speak English.
Yeah, it's pretty hard.
Yeah, for you it would be. Why would you challenge yourself? Why don't you do something with your hands? Can you
challenges.
Can you fix pipes and stuff and do plumbing?
No.
Do you know anything? Are you good at anything?
No.
The thing that challenges you most is the English language.
Yeah.
And yet you would choose a profession.
Not a profession. Theater is my minor in school, so acting is part of the theater department.
Theater shouldn't be any part of your school. You shouldn't even go to a school with a theater department. Yeah, you shouldn't even go to the theater and observe. Why would you even take that as a minor? I mean, you're only going to do badly in it.
Maybe I will, maybe I won't. I don't know.
Absolutely will.
Have you got that monologue down yet?
Not the whole thing, no.
How long have you been working on that?
Well, I don't go for another 2 weeks, so I have 2 weeks to memorize it.
Hey, I'm an actor. I can help him out.
Let me hear you act. We'll do something.
I can
Not
hear
you.
somebody act over the phone.
Gorilla, I'm not talking to you. Gorilla.
Do what you remember from that thing.
Friends, Romans. Go on, let me do some music.
Oh, this is hard.
What do you want to do? Your exercise first? Your vocal exercise?
No, I have no vocal exercises. We're everybody in the class has to memorize a monologue.
So let me hear some. Let's hear it.
From Savage in Limbo is what I'm doing. I'm doing this guy Tony.
All right, let's hear Tony.
Not
to give him an Italian, yeah.
No, I took the easiest one I can get because I've never acted before.
That's you. Go ahead.
There you go.
Stand up, do it.
Stand up.
Tony, yeah.
Yeah, do it the way you do it in class.
Well, in class, there's...
in class, I'm nervous.
I met his father the other day. His father does that same laugh.
Really?
He does not.
Yeah, he does. Same thing.
He did not.
Fred, you picked up on it, right?
He did. I swear to God.
He did not.
More subtle than Steve is.
I told my dad the only thing he could say is hello, and that was it.
No, he laughs. He goes,
Fred was excited.
Yeah.
It was great.
And Fred was running around the hall.
Because I walk up to him and I says, hello, Mr. Grillo. I was like, I love your son. He's a great guy. I'd love to adopt him. He goes, oh, yeah, really?
That's a lie, man.
That's
a lie.
Not one
yeah.
false word in there.
That's a lie.
All right, let me hear you act.
It's kind of hard to do it like this.
Come on, do it. Spit it out.
Wait a minute. Let me take a second.
All right, well, I was in my car outside this place over the weekend.
You what?
And I had a couple of drinks, and I was waiting until I cleared, so I was just sitting there, and this unknown girl got in the car, and she just got in, and she started talking to me about Russian paranoia. And that's basically all I got memorized. That's basically all I got memorized.
Fred, you never heard acting like that.
Russian paranoia.
Paranoia with a B. I got Russian paranoia.
Paranoia. I was in there, and there's a couple of drinks, so she got in the car.
Hey,
and the first thing out of her mouth, Russian paranoia.
What is
Hey,
it,
can we
guys?
vote you in for the People's Choice Award for that?
I was going to say...
Imagine Gorilla gets nominated.
I just found out that Steve's only talent is in acting. I understand that he's been holding on to a Simpsons script he wrote as well.
Oh, you're kidding. You wrote a script for The Simpsons?
Well, it's not really scripted, but I did write it.
John said that he's just waiting to type it.
No, I never said that. I wrote about a 5-page idea.
Well, what is the idea? I'm just curious.
I came home from partying one night, and I just started writing, and I wrote about 5 pages of, like, a whole...
What happens? The character's name is Homer Simpson?
Yeah, it sort of revolves around him.
I see. What happens to him?
Well, I'm not going to give out my idea.
Oh, you think someone's going to steal it?
Absolutely.
I'm paranoid.
It's that good. You think that when they read it over there, they're going to, like, want it?
I've told a couple people about it, and I think...
Why the whole time you're here?
I think it would work.
Yeah.
You know, I think it could definitely
can you
be
give us a basic premise? I mean, what is it? Homer does what?
It's basically Homer gets involved with someone through a sex line.
I see. Through a sex phone line.
Exactly.
I see. And was that because you called the sex phone line?
No, I was up watching late night TV. It was like 3 o'clock in the morning.
I see.
And I was watching TV, and I sort of got the ideas from.
All right, very good. Well, congratulations.
Well, thank you very much.
Thank you, Gorillo, and your acting
So
debut.
in 5 weeks, you've learned 2 lines from this monologue.
Yeah,
Very good.
you're going
well,
great.
I'm going to memorize it now, and then I'll forget it in 2 weeks.
Russian paranoia.
Russian paranoia.
The unknown girl.
These unknown girls.
It's fun.
All right, thank you.
I don't know.
Yeah, that's it. Have more fun because you know what? You're doing very well. I'm pretty sure when you get out of college, you're going to be qualified to do a lot. You have absolutely no future. Go ahead. Pick up those headphones and get out of here. This is a guy who's busy taking acting classes. The English language is his enemy. This is a guy who grew up in this country. Yeah, right. The last thing he should be concentrating on.
Friends, Romans, countrymen, you want some lunch? Countrymen.
Hi. Yeah. So you were saying, sir. All right. Thank you. Yeah. Thank you for the call.
Oh, thank you.
San Diego, you're on the air.
Hi.
Hi.
Howard?
Yeah.
Hi, this is Debbie of Escondido, well, San Diego.
Yeah, well, I don't need to identify who you are. Thank you for the call. I don't care where you're from. Hi, I'm Debbie from Escondido. Like, who cares? And how do I know that's Debbie from Escondido, whatever that company was she said?
Escondido's, I think, a place.
Oh, sounds like a company. I tell you, out there, San Diego, I don't know one thing from the other. You can't tell if somebody's got a place or they're working. Escondido. And join America. Escondido. You're going to take all of San Diego and change all those Spanish names to American names. Escondido.
Well, you know that
Americanized.
California used to be Mexico.
Yeah, long time ago.
They didn't change all the names.
I checked. I found out it's America now. At least it used to be. Albany, you're on the air.
That's a payback, Howard. Now I'll slurp it back up. All them nice burps.
All right, what can I do for you?
Nothing, I just wanted to
that you wanted.
burp
Okay.
back at you.
Well, I thank you. Fascinating. KOME, San Jose, San Francisco.
Is this Howard?
Yeah. See, ever since I was with a sexual surrogate this morning, a lot of girls are turned on by me. Now they know I can have triple
You get
orgasm.
one call from a girl.
Yeah.
Confirms your theory.
I didn't hear it this morning yet.
Oh. What can I do for you?
I don't know.
Well, dear, you made the call.
I never thought I'd get through.
Are you trying to be sexy or are you sexy?
I am.
Good looking?
I think so.
Who do you look like?
What?
Who do you look like?
Well, the guys I used to party with they nicknamed me Kim Basinger.
Why, because you look nothing like her?
No, because I have long blonde hair and blue eyes and large breasts.
That's my type. What, are you naked right now?
Well, I'm in my bathrobe.
And nothing underneath it?
Mm-hmm.
And what, are you getting ready for work?
Mm-hmm.
What do you do?
I work for psychiatrists.
Oh, you're a sex surrogate?
No, that would be more fun.
What do you do?
I work for psychiatrists.
Doing what?
The billing and all, everything except talk to the people.
I don't know. She's weird. I don't know.
Do they give you free counseling?
You need a psychiatrist. How old are you?
28.
Have you been married?
I'm engaged right now.
Oh, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
What are you doing that for? So you can have sex the rest of your life with the same person?
Basically.
Yeah, that sounds like a concept that'll work. Especially with you. You sound like you're on fire. You ever have girls?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Not in a couple of years.
What's your cup size?
Well, D.
What's your measurements?
I don't know.
You don't?
No.
Can you wear a thong and stuff?
If I want to.
Yeah? I mean, you got the body for it?
Yeah.
All right, thanks for the call.
Okay.
Are you real stupid? Oh. You know what? It was like dragging things out of her. Like, why do I have to spend my creative energies dragging sexy stuff out of her? I wasn't getting off on her. Were you guys?
Yeah.
Oh, you were?
No.
No, I mean, it's just like...
It sounded like she was lying.
Yeah, it's like, what am I? So do you work? Who do you work for? Psychiatrist. What do you do? Psychiatrist. Well, what do you do for them? A sexual surrogate? I wish. Well, what do you do? I mean, when you ask what do you do 27 times, and it's like, I do clerical work. Where's the payoff?
I think I'll be blonde and blue-eyed for this call.
Yeah, that's what it sounded like to me.
A bunch of angry men.
Yeah, I know. All worked up. We had girls like letting us give them breast exams this morning, so we're pretty maxed out on sex.
Gotta do better than that.
Yeah, but better than breathing into the phone. She's like,
any other day you'd have fallen for that, not today.
Yeah, Howard. Oh, I got to tell you all about Cleveland. Let me take a break because this is really cool. What's going on there? We finally got some action going over the wire cutting incident. I'll tell you all about it when we get back.
We're back with the Howard Stern Show.
That's good.
Here's Howard.
That's a cool song. What's that?
David Lee Roth.
Yeah, that's good. David Lee. Yow! Yeah, yow! Yow! I don't know how he does that noise. Can you make that noise, Billy?
The David Lee Roth noise?
Yeah. You can't either.
No, it's tough.
Yow! Yow!
That's why he's great. He's the only one who can make that noise.
Who knew there was money in that? I heard a rumor about David Lee Roth. He's working a construction job now.
No.
Yeah, he's no longer in rock and roll.
Making that noise at a construction site.
Yeah, because some guy was working there, and he heard that noise, and he realized that he heard his finger with a hammer. It was David Lee Roth. Yeah, he's got a hard hat and everything. I think he works in the Carpenters Union over at the Javits Center.
No more going to the Amazon.
No. No, he told me he's got to save money now. Not like those busy years. Hey, Billy, don't laugh. They just canceled Ren and Stimpy. You're going to be doing construction, too.
Asking David Lee to get you in the union.
That's nervous.
Did you see that? I'm going to read to you about Cleveland, but did you see that Pataki, our governor, wanted to eliminate 150,000 state jobs, like these state workers who have nothing to do all day?
Yeah.
Anybody who works for the state, I know people who work for the state, they tell me they have to get out because it's so boring. There's just so nothing to do. In New York State especially, I mean, they have so many rules and stuff that, you can't hassle somebody if they're not working. And
yeah, once you get that job, that's it.
Quite frankly, there's not a whole lot to do. There's nobody there being really productive. They're not producing anything.
They got one piece of paper, 50 people to pass it around.
Yeah. Like everyone says, they say, well, why is nothing getting done? They go, well, that's because we don't have enough people. So they hire more people, and there's more people who don't know what to do. So he happened to announce that he wants to get rid of 150,000 of these people, which would not affect us one way at all, except that we wouldn't have to pay as much taxes.
Would be cut.
Nothing would be cut. It's a perfect way. Screaming bloody murder.
Yeah, because it's the union.
Yeah.
Union doesn't want to lose those jobs.
Yeah, well, I mean, at some point, how are we supposed to pay for all these? Are jobs that never should have been created.
The union never cares whether a job is getting done. They just don't want to lose the job.
That's not their job. They don't worry about that. So let me tell you what's going on in Cleveland. For those of you who are new to our show, Phoenix, whatever, some other markets, San Diego, just real brief overview. We went to Cleveland. When we became the #1 radio show in Cleveland, we had a big outdoor funeral like we do in a lot of markets. When we beat Mark and Brian in Los Angeles, we had a funeral, and, we do that. We come to town and we celebrate. Everywhere except Las Vegas we celebrated because, I don't know, there's something going on there. I don't know.
And Myrtle Beach.
Some sort of weird thing happened. I don't know what happened. I hear Myrtle Beach is pretty nice.
It's a great resort town. We should have been there like 2 months ago.
Yeah, and of course the one town I'd really like to go to celebrate that we're #1 is Vegas.
I know.
I love to gamble.
I know.
I love to play cards.
Yeah, we'd have a great time there.
Do you know, by the way, I meant to mention to you, we're like a 1/10 of a point away in Dallas. We're really, really close to going to #1 down there.
Really? Well, that's probably why they're running all those negative spots about me, because they don't want success.
I'm just telling you, they're all talking about when you're coming
Maybe
down.
Donna Fatal. Fatal is what I call her, F-A-D-A-L.
Donna
It's
Fatal.
fatal when you get involved with her. Maybe Donna Fatal just felt, hey, this is too much success and too much pressure for me.
It's happening too fast.
We need to slow down. There's no rush. So she ran a bunch of negative spots about me. But she's the general manager. She knows what she's doing. General manager Fatal. Because when you get involved with her,
It'll be fatal.
it'll be fatal, as it was for me. It's good to be her morning man. You get on the air, and as soon as she's running commercials that you're a big, ugly gork, and you have a big nose, big, ugly hair, and she does that because she feels if you become #1 too fast,
Not good.
it would not be good. This is the woman who used to call me, 5 months after we were on the air. How come we're not #1 yet? How come it's not? How come?
What can we do?
Help me stop.
What can we do?
Stop the bleeding.
Yeah, how can you help me stop the bleeding? I said, you know how you can stop the bleeding? Just leave the show on the air. And if it's going to be successful, it'll be successful. Just don't mess with it. Stop running all the news. Stop running all the
She thought
traffic.
there was something she could do.
Yeah, and that's when they started running traffic reports. And I was like, get rid of the traffic, get rid of the news, just run the show. That's what you can do.
Series of radio hadn't worked for her for years. She decided to apply to this show.
I said, I believe the people of Dallas will get into it. There's ebb and flow to everything. You know, you're #1, you're #2, you're #3, you're #10, then you're back up to #9. Just let it happen, baby. I have confidence in the show.
Stop the bleeding. That's what she said.
Yeah, she was like, how can they help me stop the bleeding? And with that accent. How can they help me stop the bleeding? Buy a tampon. Do something. I don't know. That's the only way I know how to stop bleeding.
Tourniquet.
Yeah.
People falling out of cars.
Yeah, right. How do we stop the bleeding? Well, you go on vacation, and I'll stop the bleeding.
Maybe if you concentrated more on Dallas.
Yeah, that's what I'll do. I'll devote my entire show to Dallas.
We get 20 phone calls like that a week.
Yeah, we do.
Everybody, he's not paying attention to Miami.
Yeah, I know.
Not paying attention to Albany.
Yeah.
Not talking about Brother Weeze.
Yeah, all that.
All week long.
Yeah, I'm not doing that. I'm like, well, dudes, calm down.
Hardly ever takes phone calls from New Orleans. Is he mad at New Orleans?
Yeah, I've heard that one a lot.
They
Dallas
actually wait for their city to come up.
Yeah, like that's going to change the ratings. The latest one is that we're getting huge fluctuations in California, which, because of the OJ trial, people are actually, it's affected everything in California, the ratings. Every sort of white radio station, except for the Spanish stations, they don't seem to be affected. Actually, they even got affected. But all the white radio shows are way down, which doesn't make any sense. I don't believe
for a moment that this is really going on.
Yeah, I don't know. In Los Angeles, we've been #1, and then all of a sudden, the next month, we're number 12. And then I'm back to #1 again. So I don't know. I never know what to make of California. But then you start getting panicked phone calls, and Andy will be, I think we ought to all get together, me, the general manager, and Tom Malusky. Tom Malusky's some guy who's like a lawyer, and maybe we can brainstorm. And I said, you know what? Take me off the air. Do me a favor. Pull the show off. I'd rather than meet with Tom Malusky. I'd rather,
But you know what the comparison is? Do like the affiliates call Leno and say, you haven't spoken about Boise enough this week?
I don't know. I just don't want to have meetings with Andy and anyone else who works there. Bob Moore. I mean, what am I going to do? I don't have hey, this is the show I do, and this is it. That's it. I don't have a solution. If I react,
certainly they don't.
Believe me, they don't. That's why they hired me.
That's right. They brought you in because you might know something.
Hey, listen. Bob and Tom and Andy all pay my salary. That's my job to worry about how to do it. That's why they're paying me to worry about that stuff. It's my responsibility. I'm the only employee that will take full responsibility. For anything that I do. But I'm pretty sure Donna Fatal, she's my biggest challenge.
Trying to get her in line.
Yeah. How do we stop the bleeding? Well, stop the bleeding. Well, how do we start the bleeding? I'll run some spots calling you big, ugly douche.
Howard's getting scary successful.
Yeah,
I
that
gotta
means
stop it.
if he gets successful, and the rest of the station gets successful, we're not used to that down
I
here.
don't know what to do with a successful station.
Yeah, I liked it better when things were mellow. This thing's got too many listeners. Maybe we could turn some of the listeners off to Howard's appearance. Start with that.
I can't take it.
Yeah, I suggest we lock Don in the prize closet until we're number one. She's safely locked away. That's how we stop the bleeding. We lock her in the prize closet. I'm going to talk to the program director about that.
Kidnapper.
Yeah. So let me tell you what happened in Cleveland. So, of course, we went to Cleveland to celebrate the fact that we were number one. And the other station in town, WMMS, one of the other stations, evidently has a history of going completely berserk when some other radio station has something going on and they don't.
Yeah, but it's not on the air. They
Yeah.
go berserk off the air.
Yeah, they write memos to each other about what a dick I am and how
to
ugly
fight
I am
you.
and how to fight me. And, and they went through this whole thing where they, since we were holding a funeral, I guess someone had planned to have a tombstone there. I don't even think we planned it. Someone must have planned it.
I think our station, like Doug Podell, had a lot of things planned that I'm not sure we would have done even if they had gone unaffected. If Doug had handed you a tombstone, you would have said, get that out of the way.
Yeah, right. I mean, we had no use for a tombstone, but Doug evidently went out and made a tombstone. He's the
Doug
local.
getting over enthusiasm.
Yeah, right. And evidently the station, WMMS, heard about the tombstone, and they paid some guy to write on it, "Rest in peace, Howard," or something. And this is a tombstone that we never saw, that never would have made it to stage. I don't know what they were doing, but evidently they were putting a lot of effort into this tombstone, and then they put a lot of effort into flying a helicopter over our live show.
Do you know where
where was the helicopter?
This is the part. This what made me laugh.
Yeah.
When we got to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame,
yeah,
the helicopter was there. I don't remember seeing it.
Me neither.
I don't remember hearing it.
Me neither.
But that was the part where
And
it was
there
really.
was nothing going on at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame
No.
that would have distracted us from a lot of noise. There wasn't anything going on.
No, we got out of there quick. There was just nothing. That Rock and Roll Hall of Fame is bogus.
Yeah. But we never heard a copter. That's not why we left.
We left because nothing was going on.
Yeah.
Yeah, we just got out of there. So, so they got a copter and they were chasing us. And the idea was, this guy Gorman has said in the paper, just like in the movie Goodfellas, when that guy's driving around at the end and he's getting all paranoid because he sees a helicopter following him, that's how we want Howard to feel in Cleveland. Of course, I wasn't dealing illegal cocaine, and I wasn't paranoid, so why would I care if there was a helicopter?
After you.
I quite frankly expected helicopters because I knew news crews were filming. I mean, I didn't even see any helicopters.
Do you know how much it
I would have
cost-
been disappointed if there were an helicopter.
Do you know how much it costs to rent a helicopter?
No.
I don't know, like $1,500 an hour or something. It's like a lot
I would
of
have gone
money.
on the air and said, we're giving away $1,500 an hour. Just maybe get some listeners doing that. I mean, it's better than spending it on a dumb helicopter that I don't even notice. So, in an act of desperation, they did a couple other things. I don't even know what. I read this in the article. I didn't know about this. They stole some newspapers. Or
Right,
something.
the Scene or something?
Yeah, the Scene had put me on the cover, which,
Local newspaper.
if I have to wait for the Scene to make me a star, I think I'm in big trouble. So I was evidently on the cover of the Scene, and they asked the listeners to bring in copies of the Scene, which I couldn't give a rat's ass about. But this is the kind of stuff they're up to. And they're writing memos, secret memos, and whole thing going on around us. And then the chief engineer came down to where we were broadcasting and cut the wires to our broadcast, so we were off the air for about 15 minutes, which made it the most... Actually, the funeral was kind of dull until that happened, and it made it really cool.
It became a riveting broadcast.
It was great. Our wires were cut, everyone was in on it, the police came. I mean, it was a great show.
Supercharged us.
It did. It was great because the chief engineer didn't even try to hide it. They caught him right there.
Yeah.
Everyone saw him do it. And he confessed. And it became national news, and I got tons of press.
Still carrying the wire gun.
Yeah. Great. This guy Gorman. I owned the station, I would have fired Gorman that day. I mean, this guy Carl Hirsch must be dreaming. I don't think he wants to fire the guy because he's probably saying to himself, well, this guy can turn me in. So,
Yeah, you can't fire him.
yeah, because they've got a major court thing going on. Carl claims he doesn't know anything. Gorman claims he doesn't know anything. I don't think you want to, fire anyone at this point. Everyone's claiming they don't know anything. So, the chief engineer is found guilty, and the district attorney down there who's prosecuting the case says, okay, I'll cut you a deal. You turn in the owners of the station or whoever else was involved.
Yeah, you cooperate with us and tell us who else had something to do with this.
And you won't have to do your 10-year sentence. So the guy said, okay, that's cool. So evidently some more things. This is the headline in today's Plain Dealer. Indictments in Stern Sabotage by Roberto Santiago. Sí. A Cuyahoga County grand jury indicted 2 WMMS FM 100.7 radio station employees yesterday for disrupting a spring radio broadcast by Howard Stern. Indicted were Heidi Klosterman, promotions director for WMMS, who goes by the name Heidi Kramer. Heidi Kramer with you?
Is she on the air? Why does she need another name?
Yeah, I don't think she's on the air, and she has a radio name. I'd be like Heidi Ho. Heidi Ho with you?
If she goes to jail, she might be Heidi Ho.
Heidi Klosterman goes by the name. She already has an alias. she's on their indictment, has an alias. That's going to look good in front of the jury.
Yes.
You know, alias Heidi Klosterman, alias Heidi Kramer.
What other aliases does she have?
Yeah. Alias Heidi and Siki.
Heidi D. Salami.
Heidi D. Salami, alias. And Greg Smith, who had worked with Klosterman at a radio station in Buffalo. Both were charged with disrupting public service. Now, what does that mean? In Buffalo they were charged? Or
No,
here?
In Cleveland.
Oh, in Cleveland, okay. I thought maybe they had a long history of indictments.
This is, their modus operandi.
Klosterman was also charged with receiving stolen property.
Really?
That's Scene Magazine.
Forgery?
That's forgery was for, they sent a phony document to our station in Cleveland with a made-up name to get press credentials so that the engineer could get back there.
Wow.
Also charged with uttering. What is uttering?
Uttering is, I spoke to the...
I do that to a cow.
I spoke to the prosecuting attorney yesterday, Craig Weintraub. It's passing a phony document.
Wow.
I didn't even know what that was called.
Smith faces a charge of breaking and entering. Is that because Smith was at our show?
I believe so. I'm unsure. I think the attorney was saying that he was near where Alfred was, which was an area that he wasn't supposed to be in.
Neither has been taken into custody. So what they're doing now is they're getting to everybody. Because you know what they want to do? They want to get to the owners.
Follow the chain.
Want to follow the chain and then yank all the radio stations, which is over $1 billion worth of radio stations. They've got to be making in their pants. They've got to be.
It's not going away.
Yeah, I think they thought it was going to go away. And it's not going away. And I think the DA down is he a DA or a prosecutor? What do you refer to him as?
He's a prosecuting attorney, but he works for the district attorney's office.
This guy's a real nasty son of a bitch. And I mean that in a compliment.
But we like it.
Yeah, we love it. I mean, he's very determined on this one.
Good.
Because it's a federal offense, evidently, to cut the wires to a radio station. And according to FCC rule, now, if the FCC is a total joke, we're going to find out. Because according to FCC rule, if you're found that the owners had involvement in this, that's the end of your licenses. They go away. According to another article I read on the air last week, they're now trying to make believe they're trying to change the corporation around to say that one radio station has nothing to do with the rest of the company.
Right, they put the WMMS under another company.
Yeah.
To separate it from, how many others do they have? 9 or
something like that.
Restructure. Danger.
Yeah. Stern had come to Cleveland to taunt other radio stations over the claim that his morning show had the highest ratings at the time in the area. More than 10,000 fans came out to watch a show and listen. About 7:45 a.m., the remote transmitter stopped the broadcast as city officials gave Stern an award. It was during my award, too. What was the award, too?
That was a whole other thing. We got the mayor of a town to come and give you an award, and then he got yelled at by all the people in his town.
Yeah. Yeah, he got in trouble.
He didn't even know who you were.
Yeah, he was like a nice guy who said, hey, guy's coming to town. He's from New York. I understand he's doing very well in the ratings. A lot of people like him.
A little publicity.
It's welcome. Because he was like the 50th mayor we went to.
We went to a lot.
Yeah.
We went to a lot of them.
Yeah, we had exhausted every mayoral possibility.
Finally found somebody who didn't know who we were.
Well, I said to Gary, you get me a key to some city or something when I show up in Cleveland.
I think he made it Howard Stern Day or something.
Yeah, it was a proclamation of some sort.
The people in his town revolted afterwards. This is not Howard Stern Day. We refuse to celebrate. It was great.
I think it was
the guy got really hassled.
I think there was some sort of town council, and he did it without consulting the council. And
he got hammered. The poor guy. Yeah, that was pretty funny. He was almost lynched.
It was pretty funny because he came down to, what was that? We were in a strip club?
Yeah, Tiffany's Cabaret. In the Flatlands.
Yeah, he finds himself presenting this award in a strip club.
Yeah, to some jerk in an undersized army uniform with big long hair and a big nose.
It was pretty bizarre.
Yeah.
Bizarro world.
I don't know. And Robin's dressed as Queen Nefertiti or something. I don't know what you were.
I was in a military outfit, too.
Yeah. Two imbeciles standing there, getting an award from a mayor.
Yeah, with strippers standing around.
Yeah. There were strippers servicing me. And the guy got yelled at.
Yeah.
Some towns have no sense of humor.
Well, I kind of think he got there and there was no gracious way for him to run.
Yeah, because guy goes, you better get the award quick because the mayor's threatening to bolt.
Got urgent business back in Cuyahoga.
Yeah, so that's when the wires got cut. Shortly after the incident, WMMS assistant engineer William Alford, no alias, cut wires for a satellite transmission, knocking Stern off the air for 90 seconds.
He's one of the few people in radio who doesn't change his name.
Give him that. Alford pleaded guilty in his case, but a judge has delayed sentencing as county prosecutors continue to investigate. So as long as he continues to cooperate, he won't be going to jail.
Yeah, they don't want him to be alone.
Yeah. Craig Weintraub, assistant county prosecutor, said Klosterman not only interrupted Stern's show, but she disrupted an earlier WNCX program. She wasn't charged for causing transmission problems May 26, 1994, as WNCX broadcast a Pink Floyd concert.
Oh.
Klosterman received $5,000 in Scene Entertainment magazines with Stern's picture on the cover, taken from various locations around the city. She also forged a document saying she represented an entertainment magazine and gave the document to WNCX for a press pass. Oh, this I love. Because everyone thinks this stuff's okay to do. It's just radio. It's a friendly war.
They don't even realize they're breaking the law.
In any other business, if somebody did a breaking and entering thing and passed off phony documents, that's like...
Sounds like Watergate.
Yeah. But these guys are so used to doing this stuff that they don't even know what's wrong
They've
anymore.
forgotten that it's against the law.
Yeah, I'm sure they're sitting there today going, oh, come on, what's the big deal?
I did it before in Buffalo.
Yeah, they're cutting wires to a station. They forget the fact that it's a federally regulated industry.
Yeah, they just went crazy on this one.
Well, maybe that's what all the stations will start doing, cutting each other's wires.
Yeah,
That'll
wouldn't
be
it
easy.
be fun radio then?
Smith was indicted formally. It's hard to read this. You know how hard this fax is to read. Smith was indicted for illegally being on Tiffany's property and stopping the Stern broadcast from there. Weintraub, who's been investigating radio station misconduct, would not say whether Alford, Klosterman, and Smith were working together that day, nor would he elaborate on their roles in stopping the broadcast. He won't even talk to us on the air anymore, which is cool.
You're not answering my biggest question now.
What's Fred doing right now? Nothing?
Well, that always is a
All right.
question.
Okay, what is your second biggest question? Thank you.
The other question is this the end of the investigation?
I can answer that.
Well, you want that answer right now?
Well, was there more?
Because you want to hear what Fred was doing. Well, okay, answer the question.
The answer is no.
Right. Yeah, you obviously see what's going on here.
Yeah.
Okay. He refused to, also Weintraub refused to say whether there will be further indictments. WMMS owner Carl Hirsch said that he was surprised by the indictments. This is the owner of the radio stations who's got to be freaking
surprised.
He was surprised.
He doesn't know what's going on at that station.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, were they investigating them?
That's the FCC says you got to know what's going on. You're responsible for what goes on at your station.
Oh, what a surprise! My promotions director was just indicted.
Wait a second.
Wait a second. Is that 3 of my employees indicted?
Wait, hold on a second.
Yeah.
We've known for 2 months that these people are being investigated. He doesn't know that?
Well, this is his public face. He was surprised by the indictments and that his company did nothing wrong. Quote, if they're guilty of any wrongdoing, these people, they'll be dismissed, he said. Oh, boy. Yeah, I think they're going to squeal plenty.
Yeah.
So now we're going to be fired? They're just following the blight all the way up the food chain.
Yep.
Yeah.
Very good.
So that's our bulletin out of Cleveland.
Let us commend the district attorney's office.
Can you imagine if we had been involved in a wire cutting incident?
We'd have already been in jail.
We'd be in jail. I'd be doing about 20 years.
The swiftest justice you ever saw.
I'd be in Attica.
And this company would have lost all its licenses already.
Oh, yeah, sure. Absolutely. Absolutely, because there's a double standard in our industry. That's why I've been fined over $2 million by the Federal Communications Commission. And no one's even willing to take it to court.
There would have been no doubt in their mind that you would have done this and that you should pay the fullest
I should be in jail for the rest of my life.
sentence possible.
Yeah. I wouldn't be as lucky as William Alford.
No deal for you.
No deal for me. Unbelievable. Oh, good. Like I was watching that report on the Jenny Jones incident where you imagine, if the guy who jumped off the bridge had actually killed himself, if I didn't save his life.
Forget about it. You would have been the score
Yeah.
of the press.
Howard Stern sucks. Get him off the air.
Stupid nincompoop. We've already said he's dangerous.
Yeah, right. Now he finally proved. Jenny Jones says it's like, well, okay.
Hey, we're not responsible.
It's no big deal. So we took a homosexual, had him confess his love for an obvious homophobe.
And it resulted in murder. Not our problem.
Hey, and as a matter of fact, next week we plan to take 2 homophobes with 2 homosexuals, mix them up together, and maybe we'll get into a fist fight and kill each other.
We'll do the show again.
Yeah. It's pretty good.
We like this topic.
Yeah. You think it's any different when they get all those Ku Klux Klan guys together and black people on the stage and let them go at it? I mean, they're going to start killing each other right on the stage. Nobody cares.
There was a fight I saw in the Jerry Springer show. He had some anti-Semite on, and he told him he told Jerry Springer, I guess Jerry Springer's Jewish, which I didn't know, and he told Jerry Springer that he had his whole family in the ashtray of his Volkswagen. So I think Jerry Springer took a step towards him, and the guy came up and took a shot at him, and then his bouncers are now part of the show.
Yeah. Jerry Springer is going to start fighting. That'll be good when the host starts fighting with him. Yeah, did Jerry Springer really think the guy has his family in an ashtray?
I don't know, but he was...
Here's what a nitwit Jerry Springer thinks we all are. Jerry Springer invites a racist, a guy who says, look, I'm a racist.
Yeah.
And Jerry goes, great. Can you say nigger, kike, and spick as many times as possible? Yes. So he gets on and he goes, hey, Jerry, I got your whole damn family in my ashtray. I'm going to burn all you Jews. And then Jerry mocks, like, this incredible wave of horror over his face. Anger.
He said something like that, that you've gone over the line.
Yeah. Why would you be angry if you invited a racist on and he behaved like a racist?
Yeah. Well, that's what Montel Williams always says.
Yeah.
His thing is, we may have racists on the show, but I don't let him say the word nigger.
Oh, good.
So what?
Yeah. Well, he's so full of himself. He actually thinks I talked about this yesterday. Talk show, these guys who do this, I don't know what you'd call this genre of talk show, but these guys actually believe that they somehow are responsible for the success of these shows and not the nitwits that they have on there who are confessing to all kinds of sins.
Incredible stuff.
I could take a monkey and have him host one of those shows. The Gordon Elliott Show, the Channel 9 one, what's his name?
Richard Bay
Show, any of these shows. Ricky Lake is a moron. She's a moron. Have you ever heard her? Okay, everybody, we can't talk all at once.
Quiet down, people.
Yeah, that's what she says. And what was her credibility? She was an actress before that. She calls herself a so-called actress. She was in a John Waters movie. Anybody ever see John Waters movies? Ever see Pink Flamingos? Those aren't movies.
She was one of his freaks.
There's a freak. First of all, Ricky Lake was a big, fat freak who replaced Divine, basically. Divine was the guy who used to eat bowel movements on screen.
Oh.
And Divine died, so then Ricky Lake was brought in as a big fatso to sit there and, do smell-o-vision.
Well, actually, they were in a movie together.
Yeah.
So before Divine died.
Oh, really?
John Waters already found his replacement.
Yeah, like Divine was an actor. And like John Waters was a director. What was that movie he made, the last one with Ricky Lake? With My Mother, the Axe Murderer?
Yeah.
Johnny...
Serial Mom.
Yeah, Serial Mom. That did very well. Ricky Lake acted fat in that.
And Crybaby.
Yeah.
You ever see Crybaby?
No.
With Johnny Depp?
Yeah, but those are not real movies.
Well, no, unless you see them on HBO.
Yeah. And you don't even see them on HBO. I don't even see those movies on HBO. They don't even show John Waters.
Was on HBO,
was it?
Yeah.
I missed it.
I haven't ever sat through it, but it was there.
John Waters is one of those guys. He's an eccentric. Somebody must have given him 10 cents early in the 60s to go make a dumb movie. He's Ed Wood.
He's Ed Wood.
Yeah, he's exactly Ed Wood.
Yeah,
There's no difference. He's Ed Wood. And he does Scratch and Sniff. And Pink Flamingos was outrageous. I used to go watch it at the Uniondale Mini Cinema at midnight. I was in high school. And you'd go there, and they showed weird movies that didn't make any sense, but you'd be smashed out of your brain, and you'd be smoking and getting like super high and acting like you knew what they were talking about.
Isn't that Papa Mau Mau song in one?
Yeah, that's the Schwinkter dance. That's where Divine bent over and did the Schwinkter dance. Or somebody did. Yeah, some guy. I don't even remember the movie, but the plot was that Divine, who's this big fat guy, dresses like a woman and has his grandmother, Edie the Egg Lady, in a crib.
Right, yeah.
And John Waters is like a kooky guy who made these stupid movies, and they're a goof.
He's not a real filmmaker.
I mean, he's been doing it so long now, he thinks he's legitimate.
So then Ricky Lake was this big, fat teenager. I mean, when I talk about fat, I'm not talking about obese. I'm talking about past obese.
You know where she looked really bad? She was on China Beach, and she used to have to wear a T-shirt.
Yeah, ugh. Who wants to see that? She's still fat, but she's proud of herself because she's not as fat as she used to be.
Yeah, wait a minute. In China Beach, she was supposed to be in the military?
She played the beach.
She played the beach?
That's what I heard.
Oh.
She played a young nurse.
Oh,
Don't they have, like, weight and height requirements?
How did she get through boot camp?
I don't know, but
They never explained that in that show.
I don't know, but she was in John Waters movies. I could be in John Waters movies before I got famous. He's as much a filmmaker as Gorilla is an actor. You know. That's like if we got a bunch of retards and just like, let them sit in cribs and act goofy.
It's our whack pack in the movie.
Yeah, I don't think it's an actual script or anything.
Your version of Awakenings on the Channel 9 show was as good as any John Waters movie.
You bet. I'm as good a director as he is. And I've never done it. Trust me, I could do that same crap. I mean, where do you see a legitimate production where people are doing that kind of thing with feces?
Oh.
When do you see that?
Didn't Marlon Brando do it in The Godfather?
Oh, that's right.
Henry VIII.
Yeah. What movie you know that people do that?
Look at them come in. Eat this.
Oh, boy. That's Ricky Lake. And she's on there, and, she's crowing, hey, I'm like one of the most successful talk show hosts. No, you're not. You just got great black people in that audience who can hardly talk, and you get a whole bunch of wackos on the stage, and the black people yell at them.
Quiet down, people.
And she's able to keep a straight face while black people in the audience who can barely speak English, can barely articulate, ask questions.
It goes right over her head, but
Yeah.
she keeps barrel.
Wait a
She
second.
sure does.
I'm not going to stand for that. That is hurtful, and it's wrong.
Yeah, that's another stock line.
She didn't come here to be attacked.
Thank you. Where do you send my check?
People, she didn't come here to be attacked.
And I'm sure that there's probably about 50,000 more of these shows in production.
Oh, yeah.
And I think the marketplace can support them. People love it.
It's better than sitcoms.
To me, it is.
You know what's really cool? When you see the kooks start making the rounds, like if somebody sees a good kook on one show, then they steal it from another show.
Sure. Yeah.
And you see the same kooks, like they're almost on
Over
tour.
on the circuit.
Free programming.
Yeah, freaks who are willing to admit to the most horrible of human degradation. You know what I mean?
Free programming.
I had sex with my daddy, but first my mama raped me with a broom.
Yeah, I saw one girl. She shows up on one show as a woman who will do anything for money. She shows up on another show as a woman who sleeps with guys in the mob.
Yeah.
And she shows up on another show as, someone who's having an affair with her sister's husband.
Yeah. Let's take a break so we get to the news today.
Okay.
Right after these words.
More to come when the Howard Stern Show returns in a moment.
If you're planning a wedding or party, you need a DJ. Call